are calling. Frost on my breath as the night ignites. Ice in my veins but my fire is burning. I ride the storm under silver lights. Witches brew, the night won't break us. Snow can't hide the path we take. Hear the howl, the storm can shake us, but we stand strong, we will not quake. Frozen skies and the moonlight's whisper. Magic flows through the winter air. Every step leaves a mark in the blizzard. Every spell sparks a brilliant flare. Witches brew, the night won't break us. Snow can't hide the path we take. Hear the howl, the storm can shake us, but we stand strong, we will not quake. Ice and ember, we'll remember. Cold forever, stand as one, we fall as never. Always never. Witches brew, the night won't break us. Snow can't hide the path we take. Hear the howl, the storm can shake us, but we stand strong, we will not quake. Fade on repeat. Stand strong over snowstorm. We stand strong over snowstorm, over snowstorm, over snowstorm.
Rewatching. Rewatching. Rewatching.
Nice intro.
What's up,
Good intro.
everybody? Oh, you liked it?
Yeah.
Yay.
I tried. I tried. My first dabble. My
It's got a
first
theme
dabble.
song.
Lovely.
Yes, I tried. Well, Miguel made that for me, so
It was good.
I tried. I know it's like it was hard. It took me like all day to do it. I was overthinking it. I like showed it to Scarlett, and I was just like, "What'd you think? What'd you think? What'd you think?" She's like, I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you positive?" I was like, "It doesn't look too juvenile," because I'm such a fucking kid with my anime and like my Dungeons and Dragons and my nerd stuff. So, but welcome everyone. I'm glad that you guys are here with us tonight, and we are going to talk some weapons. And my bestie is not with me, but she's lurking in the chat. She's going to be around. She has not seen weapons yet. So we're going to do another stream about it as soon as she goes and checks it out and watches and catches up. She didn't want to spoil it for herself. So she's around, but she will not be on panel tonight giving us her awesome opinion that we love just so very much, because she just gives the best opinions. Where would we be without Scarlett's opinion? She's just the greatest, and we love her. So we gotta make sure she
Sure.
knows how much we love her.
We do. We do.
Right.
We'll
But
miss
as
her.
always,
I miss her
know,
already.
It's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be really weird. Like, it's just very weird not hearing her voice. I'm like waiting to hear her voice, and she's just not here. She's just not here. It's just so weird not having my other half with me. But as always, we have our awesome third co-host who's been just doing everything with us, and we love you, James. How are you doing tonight?
Hello. Excited to talk about the movie with you guys.
I know, right? Right? It's just the two of us tonight. It's very weird. It's still weird. It's still weird. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna figure it out. And as always, the awesome Mr. Brian from Shook Earth Media. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to talk about this movie. Really encouraging to have an original non-franchise movie doing well at the box office, and seeing people actually talk about a movie for once. It's
Mhm.
really exciting. So yeah, we really look forward to getting into it. I really like the movie, so I'm excited. Thanks for
I
having me.
know, right? It's gonna be fun. And we have an awesome special guest with us who hasn't been with us since From. So we got her back. She's here to talk some weapons with us. The awesome Miss K from For the Watch. How are you doing tonight, my lovely Miss K?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm excited to talk about this crazy movie.
AK.
I know it's been a while since we haven't talked
Hi.
since From.
I know.
And then
So,
soon enough, From's going to be back around. And I know all you guys are going to be with us to do some round tables with us and have some From fun with all of us. So it's hopefully sooner rather than later.
yes,
I know
yes.
they're filming. I know they're doing stuff. So hopefully we'll get it beginning of the year next year. Hopefully they don't make us wait too long.
Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
Yep, hopefully we need it. This movie's on a similar
Right?
level of weirdness, though, so I think it'll
Yeah.
tide us over.
But yes, before we get started, let's say what's up and see who's we have in our chat with us tonight. I know, as always, we see our awesome mod, Miss Jen, the teacher.
Hey,
Hello, my
Jen.
darling. Hello, hello. And of course, we got Scarlet lurking in the shadows. She's in the shadow. She's still watching everybody. So everybody's got to be on their best behavior. She's still watching. She can still drop those pineapples. So
Oh,
everybody's got to behave. Everybody's
Oh
got to
man,
behave. Let's
and
see
the
who else.
more you
Scroll down a little
know
bit.
as well. We need that.
Right? There you go. What's up, Mr. Samuel? 8.3 out of 10. We're dropping the scores. I like it. I definitely like it. Let's see what else. We have Mr. Magnificent Logo. Hello, hello. Welcome. Ready to talk some weapons. Some weapons. And I think that's pretty much it for right this second. Let people pile in. But no, I'm very excited to talk about this movie. I I mean, besides the fact that I had to watch it in roller coaster seats,
Mhm.
it was okay. My husband hated it. He hated it. He fell asleep. He wasn't into it. So it was me by myself just watching the movie while he was in the roller coaster ride asleep.
Oh no.
I don't know how you can
He-
fall
he-
this one.
I don't know
No.
either. Brian, these things were moving so much. I don't know how he was able to, but he found a way. He found a way. Like
It rocked him
I
to
couldn't
sleep.
I don't know what it did, but these roller coaster seats, I don't know who came up with that. Like who thought it was a good idea? Like let's just throw this in there and see what people think about it.
Oh my
Let's
God.
see how people do when they go for a ride.
Hmm.
It's kind of like in Disney World. They have those like 3D like movies that you see that have like they'll spray smells in the air and they'll like
Mhm.
shake the floors and stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like it's that. And they're like, "Oh, we need to one up because everybody watches movies at home now, so we need to have some type of gimmick to get people back." And that's their latest thing they're trying.
yeah, yeah.
Miss me.
I don't
Is it
understand it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
good.
sounds?
understand it.
You know, Miguel may just be. He's working too hard. You know, he may just been tired. You know.
Yeah,
True,
it could be,
true,
could be.
very true. But no, he's not into horror. He took me just because I wanted to see the movie, and he was being nice to take me to see the movie.
Oh,
I know that horror is not his genre. He is more of the fantasy, Marvel, that kind of
Love
thing. Yeah, like he just looks at me like it's a horror movie, isn't it? Yeah, it's a horror movie.
it.
And I just get I get the eye roll and the I guess so. I have no choice, right? Like, no,
Well, they
because I'm
almost
not
had
going
a
by myself.
superhero fight scene at the end with the drug addict guy getting thrown around so much.
No,
Threw him
that
over his
was
shoulders so many
crazy.
times. I was
Wait,
laughing.
can I say something real quick? Mike's son, right? I mean, my kids, I was telling them that I'm gonna be on a panel and asking them if they heard of the movie. And they was like, no, but we heard that it was good. We heard it was I think they said scary, but I remember them saying and funny. I was like, funny? Because to be honest, I fell asleep. But I was tired. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna tell you
It's
guys how.
okay. It's okay.
I'm not gonna
It
tell you. Anyway.
happens.
But listen, though,
happens.
I went when I watched it fully. I was laughing at certain things
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of humor in this movie.
toward,
With
toward the end. I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
I love when Josh
Yeah.
Brolin woke up from his dream.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was like,
like,
what the
I'm
fuck?
like, wait a minute, Thanos is over here throwing people around. I'm like,
Yeah, and
And
the
he just
kids
kept
jumping
getting
in the house and all that.
But come on. We have to get a chuckle because the guy's name was James. Like that made me chuckle because all I kept thinking about was our James. And I was
know,
like,
right?
of all
oh
the people,
no.
Out of all the people in the movie, it had to be the crackhead or whatever
Yeah.
like,
named
poor
James.
James.
Yeah.
Poor James. He's never gonna live this one down.
But he
Never.
was one of the better
Like that.
characters, I thought. He brought the humor and just the, I just thought he was a pretty good character. That's one way I rate the movie. I can see where people don't like it or it was slow or something like that. But I look at the production and the acting and just the whole thing. And
Yes.
to me, it was just a good package. Was it the greatest ever story? No, but to me, it was a awesome damn package, especially like we're discussing. It's an original. It's not a franchise thing. It's not something that was a book, So, that's one of the reasons I liked it more above just it being the story or whatever, It was just
Yeah.
well done.
Miss Jen, the teacher, says the principal running down the road was hilarious.
Yeah.
What are they calling it? The Naruto run, as they're all just
Yeah.
like running.
And like he wouldn't stop, no matter what the Josh Brolin did, he's just crawling over him.
Right? I think Josh Brolin did more with like throwing people around this movie just to but that sequence with him and James, I'm sorry, James. Should we just call him the crackhead? So we don't with our with our awesome James from TWD Explained. But when he just kept getting up screaming and he just kept throwing them,
Throwing them.
throwing them.
It's like
I
five.
started cracking up. I was like, what are they trying to do? Remind us that this is Thanos? I know. Hello.
I know. It's like 5 or 6 times.
Right?
Yeah, that was
You're waiting,
hilarious.
and it's just like, whoa, and you wait. Whoa, he just kept getting up, and I was like, oh my god, okay. He definitely brought the comedic relief to the movie. I did chuckle. There was parts that I was dying. I was definitely laughing throughout this movie.
And he brought the humor to it, but he's also like one of the most authentic performances. Just I don't know if you guys have ever run into addicts like that, but he had the mannerisms down.
Yeah.
It was like this is a real person, I would believe if that dude had a history of
and he was Ron in The Walking Dead, so seeing him in something before, knowing wow, he's really playing this part really well. He's spot on.
Yeah, absolutely. And apparently there was an original cast that he had before the director had to recast everybody, but he's the one actor who stayed consistent.
Yeah, I read an article about that. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't get what's his name? Pedro.
Yeah.
I like Pedro, but he's just in everything. Come on now.
He would have been good, but Josh Brolin was definitely
he was good. Yeah.
Yeah. He was definitely.
Do you guys think that the movie would have been totally different had he been in it? Because
I
I feel like I have fatigue from him.
What's up, Vic?
He's just been kind of in everything lately, and I don't know if him popping up again in this movie would have made it better or worse. Like at the eye doctor, is it better or worse? Better.
It's hard to say.
I don't know what he would have done with that movie. What character was he up for?
He was up for Archer, Josh Brolin's character.
I could see him doing that character, honestly.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah.
He would have. I'm sure he would have did a great job. I'm with Dana though. He just seems like every movie.
Yeah,
got him in it.
He's in 3 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy met
Texas Mofo.
Texas Mofo mentioned the 7 hot dogs, and that's actually a reference to the whitest kids you know. Yeah, which is
I thought so. I thought so. I wasn't too sure. I was like, I think we've heard this.
Yeah.
Hot dogs.
The director started his career on that show, And like the skit with the hot dogs, it's a reference to that, and it was like one of his best friends, and that guy unfortunately passed away. So it's kind of like a tribute to him. He kind of started writing the script after like the grief of losing his friend from that show. So that was like part of the inspiration. So I think it was actually like really nice to throw that little cameo in there, you know.
And then we have our awesome Great Gold Worm. What's up, Mr. Great Gold? How are you
What's
this
up?
evening? Okay, so
Wow.
I'm going to pull up my screenshots. Now, mind you, I am down Scarlet, so I am doing everything. So if I don't get to you guys in the chat, I'm going to stop every so often and try to go back, highlight you guys, talk to you guys. So you just got to bear with me because I'm all by my lonesome tonight. And this is Scarlet does this. I suck at this. She's the rock star. She's the one who could do screenshots and clips and do the chat and, talk and entertain. I am so like one track minded that when I do stuff, it's like I do screenshots. So just bear with me for tonight, everybody. So just know that I love you and I will get to you and we'll stop every so often. And if you guys see any comments in the chat, feel free to call them out because I'm gonna try. We're gonna try this,
You
okay?
got
This is
this. You
new.
got it.
This is new. This is
Absolutely.
new. This is all new. But no,
You got this.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
the
you
movie.
got it.
I did enjoy this movie, regardless of me getting thrown around, in my seat. I did enjoy the movie.
I
Oh
just
yeah.
can't imagine. I'm sorry.
Like, and he didn't tell me. That was the worst part. Like, we sat down, and all of a sudden, like one of the trailers came on, and my seat started to move, and I got
Oh my
sprayed in the face
god.
with this water. And I was
Oh
like,
my
"What is this?
gosh.
What
No.
What did you do?" He was just like, "Oh, I thought this would be fun." It's just like, I'm like, Did you now? You thought this would, you couldn't like give me a little foreshadowing, like, hey, the seats might move. You
Might get
might get
wet.
It's
tossed
more fun
around a
that
little
way,
bit.
I think. You got surprised.
I just got thrown in, and
He's
like I
like,
almost
hey,
like
you
dropped
like
my drink,
horror.
No
choked on my
spoilers, you
M&Ms.
know.
Like Jesus,
Right.
like it was just. It was like a workout. It was a workout by the time we were done with the friggin' movie.
Oh my gosh.
But which I know now, mind you, I did not get screenshots of the movie itself. I did not have time to sit down and so I'm just pulling up the screenshots that I got from when we talked about the trailer.
Yep.
Perfect enough.
Yeah. And
So we will
it's pretty crazy if you watch those the say 3 trailers they put out. They showed us a lot of stuff.
They
Mm,
Like,
did.
I mean, we couldn't put it together really, watching the trailers, but after you watch the movie, it's like, wow, they pretty much showed us a
yeah.
lot.
I think I want to, now that you say that, I want to watch it again, like the trailer.
Yeah, it's the first trailer was kind of vague a little bit, but then by the second trailer, it had a lot of quick clips put together and showed us a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
but
feel like
I
or sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, sweetheart.
I was just gonna say I feel like the director knows the horror genre very well and knew like where the tropes are. He played into them, but then subverted them in such a way that kept everybody guessing.
Mm,
And that's why I think the trailer they're like we can cut like stuff from the climax into this movie because it doesn't really tell you anything about what's happening. So it worked in
hmm,
the movie's favor for sure.
yeah.
Let's get back to the beginning. There we go. Okay, we're getting it done. We're getting it done. We're trying here. We're trying
So
here, everybody.
Vic said she fell asleep when the Asian guy was chasing the girl.
Yeah. As a
Man,
principal, right? Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
That was one of the best parts. That was the crazy part. But yeah, I thought this movie did a really effective job with the non-linear storytelling and focusing on each segment on individual characters because
Yeah.
it kept the mystery alive and
Mhm.
moving the story back and forth. And when you saw Alex's name pop on the screen, it was like, oh, we're getting the answers.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was really effective at that technique, and I don't think it would have been nearly as good if it told the story in order. So
right.
it almost made it an ensemble of like short films that crescendos together. So I thought it was really effective at that.
Yeah, I thought it did it well because, you know, the camera angles and stuff when the stories overlapped seemed to work, you know, and it just flowed well.
Yeah, it kept the point of view in mind, so you see the
Mhm.
same event from a different perspective.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think
Like when,
that's one of the best parts.
yeah, absolutely. Like when you're following
And
Justine to the car, you see the crowd coming in and oppressing, you know, coming on to her basically, and then you watch it from Archer's perspective later,
Mhm.
and you see him get into the truck, and you just know like he's one track minded to follow this person, but he's not doing what the rest of the crowd is doing. He's actually being smart about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the chapter format did not bother me. I liked how you described it because you were thinking like I was, James. It was just like the Game of Thrones book, to where each kind of chapter was a single character perspective, but all
Mhm.
telling the same kind of story. And
Yeah.
each story, like each chapter, we got a little more. We got a
Mhm.
little more. So at like that part of it did not bother me at all.
And cliffhangers as
But I know,
well. Nice
I
little.
know I know people were confused. I saw some reviews that they were confused by it. They didn't like it, and
Mhm.
so you're not gonna please everybody. But I did
Yeah.
think it flowed for this movie. It didn't bother me at
Mm.
all.
Yeah, I thought the transitions were good, so I don't know, but what
Yeah,
do you
I'm
think?
usually like anti-title card, you know, because I
Mhm.
feel like it's a crutch to tell the story. But in this case, it was such like abrupt cut from scene to scene. It was
Mhm.
necessary
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it was necessary with this movie
for
because we were
sure.
just like, what the heck? You know, what happened to these kids?
Yep.
Right.
Oh
And
my
even when
gosh.
we were covering the trailer, like I'm not a parent, so I'd have no skin in this game per se. But I know it was something Scarlett was even saying, like, how do you not know that your child just got up and walked out of the house? Like they're like at 17 kids, not one of those parents was like
Mhm.
heard anything.
Yeah.
Not like none of them. Like
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, they get
so it's like,
ring
do you think like
notifications or something.
was
Mhm.
the spell that the witch did kind of also block them maybe from hearing this? Like
Yeah, I
I
would think
don't know.
so. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
really explained too much.
Mm-mm. No. Yeah. You
Yeah,
would think that.
that's one of the biggest complaints I was reading on this one review site about. They just didn't talk, you know, explain the witch, you know, and
Mm.
that would be
Yes.
probably my only
Yeah.
slight gripe, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I
would have
think
loved
her
one of the
reasoning.
chapters to be her. I would have
Yeah.
loved one of the
Right.
chapters to be her.
Her reasoning for doing the things that she was doing, I just was like, I didn't see it.
Well, they're talking about doing a prequel now, but I think it would have kind of spoiled this story to explain too much of that. I think having a little bit of mystery in there is essential for like horror and whatnot.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah,
she's more of a symbol than like a character is how I view her. Like she's just
yeah,
the symbol of evil and the
Yeah.
underbelly of like our psyche and our culture and stuff. You know, like the fake happiness and the
Mhm.
phoniness and like just the makeup, the clown makeup, the wig, and you know,
Yeah.
underneath all that, she's just like falling apart, and she
Mm.
kind of she just wants the life force of everybody around her. She just takes and takes and takes, you know.
Yeah. That was the thing. I was like, what what is the point of taking these children? Or like, I like the fact that Archer said that, because it's like, okay, that's where we get the title from, right?
Mhm.
Weapons. So he was, I think he used it like one time and basically was letting it be known that the children, or not the children, it was
the
who was it that he,
principal,
the
I think.
principal, right? She weaponized the principal. And I was like, oh wow, that's, I was happy that he said that, because I wasn't thinking about the title, to be honest, because I'm so into the movie at this point. But when he said that, I was like, oh wow, okay. And she was doing that. But my point is, if she's a sick woman, what was her point of doing these things? It's not like it was making her better. You know what I mean? You just came to
Well,
make
that's
these
that's
lives
some
count?
part of the information we didn't know, and that's a big question, right? And like
Yeah.
Vic says, energy vampires exist in real life. I mean, it
Mm.
seemed
Yep.
like she wanted the
Yeah.
kids to try to what I guess suck their energy
Well,
or something. It
Mhm.
she
never
said she
showed it.
tried it with the parents, with Alex's parents, and it wasn't enough. And
Yeah.
and you see them getting drained of their life force in their zombie mode, and
Mhm.
meanwhile, it wasn't enough to make her better. So
Yeah.
it's like the more life force she takes from other people, the more, at least in the past, she rejuvenated herself. I almost feel like, I wonder, is she actually in the Alex's aunt, or is she
Mhm.
like been
Yeah.
alive for hundreds of years and has been
Right.
doing this forever?
Well, I did read one article that said they analyzed some of the words that she used while speaking, and
Mm.
they match up to the 1800s, like she could have been living. That could be a clue that says she's been around for that
Mm.
long or something.
That's
Yeah,
what
because
it feels like to me.
because Alex's dad did say like we don't even know, I don't know her, and I don't even think your mom really knows her,
Right.
And I'm like, you can't just let people in your house just because they're your family, you don't know
Yep.
them, like that doesn't make sense. But if I could say, when I saw, because I just kind of watched it without really knowing, because I saw the trailer once and just did not pay much attention to it because I was just watching something on YouTube and waiting for the ad to pass. So I didn't really watch it, so I kind of came in blindly not knowing. But as soon as I realized that all these kids were gone and then there was one left, the one story that came to my head was the story of the Pied Piper of
Yep.
Hamelin.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started to really look at the similarities of the story, which were, we know the
Mhm.
story, right? He led the children away and they were never seen
Mhm.
again. Similar to Alex being the only kid left to show up in class that day, and the story of the Pied Piper, there's a lame boy that's left behind and he witnesses the other children disappearing into the mountain and stuff, right? So he's like the witness or whatever. And then with her, Aunt Gladys, it's a slight similarity, right? Like you said, I'm sorry, I don't know. It says shook earth on your,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Brian.
Oh,
Shook
okay,
Earth.
Brian.
Either or.
I think it
Whatever.
was you who said it, that she was saying that she thought the parents could help, but they couldn't. So it's a
Mhm.
slight similarity where in the Pied Piper, he expected payment and they did not honor the promise of payment, so he got his revenge by taking the children away. And it seems like with her, she didn't get it from Alex's parents, so she took it out on the rest of the kids in his class. So I'm just looking at this, and the funny thing is that in the beginning of the story it says it's a true story, and I'm like, this don't seem like no true story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That
go
we
ahead.
haven't heard about.
What'd you say? And you said you definitely haven't heard about it?
Sorry, my my mother was asking me a question.
Oh.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, I was just like, I'm looking at her and I have my headphones on. I'm like, can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like I'm like, it's a true story. What, so I mean, I know that with the Pied Piper, they're saying it's kind of related to like the Children's Crusade and stuff like that. But I don't, do you guys believe that this could possibly be a true story?
No, I think it's like how,
No,
Fargo, the
not
movie
at all.
Fargo,
And
they say
Blair
the same
Witch, like
thing.
same thing with Blair Witch. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
a
no way.
true story, like just to kind of hook you guys in. But it nothing is going to beat the Blair Witch because that was the time like the internet really. So people actually were like thinking it was a real story.
Yeah. Like certain things could be true as far as, because I definitely believe in witchcraft, but the stuff that
Me
they were
too.
doing, like the way the principal came at, the way their eyes go, and I don't know, that all those things, that was a little weird to me. Certain things I'm like, yeah, this is not real. But I could definitely believe that somebody could put witchcraft on a bunch of kids and have them, lured into a basement or something like that. I believe that.
Yes, Mr. Greatgold, he's admitting his he was wrong, so I was wrong. The teacher wasn't the witch. Yes. Yes. Let's see what else people are saying. Miss Vic says, I was asking, is the scary movie in the room with us?
What, because of the roller coaster?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Who else we got? Bill Chill says, I like the story, the plot progression, and thrills.
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it was good to me. Like I get everybody's kind of gripes, and I like you
Mhm.
guys say I really wanted more of Gladys and like I really would have loved to see a little more to the why. Like even when we first saw it, I know me, Vic, and Jen were kind of talking in the Discord about how like we wish we got a little more to her story. Like I wish
Mhm.
the final chapter maybe was Alex and her compared to
Mhm.
just the little boy, to where we got more from learning about her, how her magic kind of progress. Because I mean, but I have to bring something. Okay, so when she knocks on the door of the principal's house, would y'all have let that lady in your house?
No.
No way.
I'm sorry. If this
Mm-mm.
lady came knocking on my door, talking about, oh, the bus left me, I would have been like, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
I apologize for the inconvenience that like, how'd you get my address? How are you
Right. What are
here?
you doing here? Talking about you
What
were in the
what
neighborhood
are
or
you
whatever she said.
doing? And
I'm
then they
like,
get in the
okay.
kitchen and he's like, "You want a cup of water? I'll take a bowl of
Right,
water."
Yeah.
a bowl. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's
I
the
was
part
like,
that I would say that wasn't true as well.
"Oh,
Him like hammering his head on his husband or fiance, whoever that was.
oh, that was brutal."
Yeah, that was
Brutal,
really
man.
bad. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Oh,
So bad.
But I think like what I think getting into too many details, I'm sure they're gonna do it if they do the prequel. But I think in this story, like I said, she's more of a symbol, and it's about like the nature of evil itself, where
Mm-hmm.
like in the house, she had to be invited in, like a vampire or
Right.
something like that.
Uh-huh.
Like she can't go in of her own accord. She couldn't even
Wow.
grab a bowl, like she needed to ask for it. And I think
Mm.
all of the characters, um, like we have Justine, the teacher, we have Archer. All of these characters invite evil into their lives prior to this event happening.
Mm.
Like just or
Justine with her alcohol, her
yep, Justine with the
vices.
alcohol, and Archer, he wasn't able to tell his son that he loved him, and that's why
Mm.
his son was bullying, Alex
Yeah.
in school. And
Mm.
you see that dream scene right after he realizes, like, I'm sorry I never said I love you.
Yeah.
That's when Gladys appears. So that's a
Mm.
symbol of like that was the evil being invited into his life. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously we have James with the stealing and the drugs, but the good people in the story, like the principal, they have to invite it in, and it's usually at the behest of their spouse. You saw
Yeah.
that with Archer. He went up to one of the moms and asked to see the ring camera, and she said no. And then he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I have to ask the husband now. Like the husband had to invite him in,
Right.
and that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like him. Archer was almost, inviting evil into their lives in a way by dragging them deeper into this grief. So
Mm-hmm.
mm.
that's
But
what really struck me with the movie.
you had to admit this part was fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
This
it
goo
was.
part,
I
Yeah.
was like,
this,
oh my
this
gosh.
goo part, like I was like, this poor
Oh,
man,
He
this
had
poor
to be dead
man.
by then already. He drowned him
I
with
was
that.
just like, I was like, where did this even come from? Like, where did he where did he have this goo? Like I was just like, he's just like freaking
Gosh.
hurling up this like black sludge, and I'm just like, where's this coming from?
Disgusting.
Where
Oh my
what is
I
this?
I
Let's
guess
yep.
it was
talk about
better
stomach
to
turn.
be black goo than a bunch of hot dog pieces.
Uh,
Yeah. Did he even
True,
get to eat a hot dog? I don't think he did.
No, no, but it'd been funny if he ate them all, and then that's what he threw up all over.
right? But I have to say, also the little boy, I
Mhm.
loved him. I
Yeah,
thought he
Oh,
was
Yeah.
amazing
so
child
good.
actor. Yeah.
Because we've talked so much shit about kid actors, especially the institute that we've been watching, that we want to just like be done with. The kid actors in there are horrible. Like I
Oh,
don't they're like but this kid I like was so like I
no,
felt for him.
he was
I felt
amazing.
for him.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
only thing
He was
I wish he
amazing.
didn't do, why you step over the salt?
Yeah.
Lady told you not to. Lady
Yeah.
told you not to. Like
Right.
listen, sometimes you gotta listen. Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta listen. And when his parents came barreling after him, I was just like, oh, that's why she told him not to step over the salt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's terrifying.
You'd think he'd saw enough by that point to
Right, yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
But he
But
was the hero of the story, really.
yeah. But at the same time, like with him, right? I mean, it's kind of it's hard to say because of the fact that he's watching this woman threaten the parent. Well, not threaten the parents, but threaten him and say, listen, don't tell any human being about me in this house, or else I'm going to make your parents eat each other, hurt each other, whatever I want to do, you know? So it's kind of like, yeah, you listen to her, but at the same time, like, I'm ready for this to be done. And she's telling me don't step over the salt. Maybe that could stop her some way, somehow. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
like
just,
what if that saved them? Or
yeah.
something?
So it's kind of hard in his case, you know what I mean? Because he's going, it's so, I felt so bad for him because I'm like, sheesh, this baby is going through so much trauma. He has to
Yeah.
feed all these, he has to feed his parents soup, he has to feed the kids soup. Like, this is crazy. And then go to school every day and just sit there and act like nothing's happening.
And get bullied at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his dad was the one that was always taking him back and forth. Now he's kind of walking, or he's doing shopping on his own. He's being forced to, like, you know, be an adult practically.
Yeah, he's
And,
basically an orphan.
right. So it was really sad.
Yeah,
I
and they
felt so
said at
bad
the
when,
end that
when they
like,
were
oh, there's
sitting at the table and they just started like stabbing
Stabbing
themselves
each
with
other.
the
Ugh.
fork. I was just
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
my God, this poor
It's
child.
Yeah, I was
this
like,
poor
and not to
child.
be funny, I'm like, does Alex love his dad more because he stopped his dad? Like, Dad, stop.
Right? Just left mom hanging.
Yeah,
He's
she's
trying to
over there
stop-
still
He's
poking
trying to
away.
stop his dad. Like, Ma, okay, I'll get to you later. Dad's
Right.
gotta come first.
Mhm.
Dad's gotta come first. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Samuel says Gladys's use of the word consumption could be a
Right.
hint for how
Yes.
old she is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dead giveaway.
Yeah. I was like,
Nobody says that.
consumption? What?
Yeah.
And I know about the word, but the principal didn't. I'm like, well, yeah, that is an old word, but you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Consumption. Wow.
Right? Miss Vic says kind of like the Red Witch in Game of Thrones, except she don't need royal blood.
Mm, right. She
That
doesn't
was
even
another
need.
thing.
Sorry,
Like
go ahead.
no, like they have this lady in front and they're just watching her as she's like doing this spell. Like none of them thought to, like, I don't know, smash the bowl, stop
Yeah,
her. Like
something.
they're just watching her like, what you
Yeah,
doing? You gonna
right.
what do you do with that? And
Yeah.
just like it was crazy. I
And
thought that whole scene was crazy.
she has no problem with just cutting herself. I'm like, sheesh, you
Definitely
just
Yeah.
blood
poke
magic.
yourself, you just cut yourself all the time, huh? Like, that's just crazy
She's
to me.
used
But
to it. She's used
yeah,
to it.
she is, like, she's, you know, like a diabetic. And that's what I kind of had to think about. I'm like, well, you know, people that have diabetes, they do finger sticks all the time. And I could imagine they get used to it. So I had to look at it like that. Like, well, she must be used to it because she does it with ease.
Or addicts like James. Yeah.
Right. Or addicts like James.
Not our James.
Right? We're gonna have to just put a disclaimer out that when we're
Yeah.
saying James,
Speaking
we'll
of that,
emphasize
I
not
think,
our James.
yeah, not RJ. I think Paul has a problem because why would you ask him if he has anything sharp in his pocket and then go in his pocket? I'm not going in your pocket. I'm just gonna pat you down. Like, I don't know. I thought that was stupid for him to go in his pocket. Don't you
I
tell
think they have
someone to
to.
empty? Yeah, but
Yeah,
don't you
you
say
ask
empty your
them.
pocket?
Yeah, you ask them to empty their
Right.
pocket.
You ask them to do it.
Well,
Why would you
He already
empty it out?
handcuffed them at that point.
Yeah, he was doing everything dumb. He wasn't doing it right. He knew he wasn't. That's why he was turning off the webcam. Wow. the cam, the cop cam or whatever it's called. You know,
Yep.
so that's what he got though. Then he's gonna ask the
Right?
kid, do
I'm
you have
sorry. I
AIDS?
didn't feel sorry for him. I did
Yeah.
not feel
No.
sorry for him. After he punched poor James, after he punched you, James, I was not happy. I was not happy.
Not
After
at
he
all.
just like punched poor James like right in the friggin' head. And I was just like, oh, he's one of those.
Yeah. Punched him so
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, and he
But then
was
when
already like,
when he got stabbed in the face with all the needles, I
Oh.
was kind of like, that's what you get. That's what you
Yep.
get. That's what you get.
Yeah, it was definitely that was one of the funny moments for sure.
Oh
Like
my
needles to the face. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
you brought that on yourself, sir. You brought
Yeah,
that on yourself.
definitely.
When he was asking him if he's got this and this and this
Yeah.
and stuff, that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like,
He was
oh,
like,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
I don't think
No, I
so.
don't think so. Not that I know of. But I'm like, you know what? The plus side to it is that he doesn't seem to do drugs with anyone. He's
Yeah,
like a loner.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you have AIDS? The kid was like, what? I
Mm-hmm.
I, I don't think so. He was like, I haven't. You might want to still consult your doctor. Like,
Right.
don't think so. Like,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good. You're
Oh my
good.
gosh.
But I also thought it was pretty good at the end when the kid actually turned the magic on
Yeah.
Gladys.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was such, and that's what almost makes me think maybe there possibly could have been a blood relation to
Mm,
her, just for the simple fact, like, would he have been able to just cast this magic without having
mm,
some kind of connection to her in a
mm.
way? What do you guys think?
That's an interesting question for sure. I mean, we'd have to test that, see if anybody could just do it.
Right.
But yeah, I
But
mean
you know,
that makes sense.
the tree, you know, you have to ask also, is it her or is it the tree? You know, that little
Yeah.
tree she brought in and carried
Yeah.
around, that's what she gets getting the branches off of.
Mhm.
So does the tree have the power?
Mm.
But if she's been around for so long, it's surely not the first or last tree, right? Or well, it is the last now, but
Right.
yeah,
Well,
she
I mean, just to answer why he could do it. I mean, she may have additional powers or spells or things, you know, she could do.
What's up,
yeah.
Miss Debbie? Miss Debbie says consumption is a hint at her age and what she is doing, consuming the kid's life forces to extend her own life.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Well, that was the
Agree
thing
with
though.
that.
Did it? That was my main question. Was it extending her life? I don't know.
That's what she was attempting to do, but based on
Yeah.
how like she barely had any hair and how she looked at
Mhm.
the end, like it doesn't seem like it was working too well. But yeah,
Yeah.
like they called it consumption because they believed it was like, evil demons and dark forces like consuming people.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
was the thought process back in the day. So it
Yeah.
really is like that one word is very significant in the scripts for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, maybe because this was funny to me too, and I thought it was very unrealistic. She's supposed to be a sick woman, and maybe they did give her energy because when Alex snapped that twig and she knew what was
Oh,
going on,
she
she
ran.
was running. I'm like, what
She
is
was
taking these
out.
kids so long to get this lady? Like, she's,
She was out.
but she
That
was
was
out
so
though.
good.
I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on?
She was sprinting. She was just like, "Yep, nope. Oh, got some speed. She had some speed left in her.
Yeah, she did.
That's for sure.
And then she
That's for
got
sure."
consumed at the end.
She sure did. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That
They
was like
tore her
more
up.
brutal than any Walking Dead scene ever. Like
Oh
just
my
Oh,
gosh. And
the
what's his name
ligaments.
scene was brutal too. The principal, he got hit by a car and
Mhm.
it's like his head exploded. I'm like, where's
Yep.
his head?
Yep. That was
Mm,
brutal. Like
yeah.
his head exploded.
Yeah.
our poor
He got
principal.
Scared.
consumed.
Our poor principal. And I
Oh, the
love him.
makeup
I'm
was
such
amazing
a
in that.
fan of Benedict Wong. And I
Yeah.
love him from his Korean side of acting.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he's been in some really good stuff.
Hmm.
And he like I enjoyed his scenes. I was just like, I'm a big fan of Benedict Wong.
Do you
So he did
guys think I'm
point.
sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you guys think that, not to be mean, but I don't think he deserved what he got, but I think well, do you guys think that he kind of uh aside from opening letting this lady in, do you think that his lack of um I guess just paying attention to what Justine was telling him about that house kind of got him what he got? Basically, which is
Yeah,
consumed.
kind of the inaction definitely on his part was
Yeah.
part of that. Like not checking in on what was going on with Alex and whatnot.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
that I don't even know that there's something he could have done about it, but
Right.
even like when we were watching Justine's part, I did get the feeling that she shouldn't be going to talk to this kid, you know, like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's definitely stepping over a boundary there.
Yeah.
It
Like,
it seemed like actually his action is what messed it up, because he said no, 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 and then when he
yeah.
finally did, is when the witch realized, oh, somebody's looking in on me, you
Mm,
know, asking questions. So when he finally did, she showed up at his house. So I'm
right.
wondering if it's almost the opposite of that a little bit. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the right way to say it, but you
Yeah.
know,
Well, maybe.
if he had never pried into it, he may still be alive.
Yeah. I think the issue is that they were prying on their own, you know? Like,
Yeah,
get
oh
the
yeah,
authorities involved.
yeah. She,
Minus
you know, the
Paul.
teacher and especially that dad, he wasn't going to stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was definitely
No.
playing it by the book, right? Like he didn't report it or investigate anything until Justine was like, "You're a mandatory reporter. You have to do something about it."
Mm,
So it was like his kind of strictness to the laws. Even like Justine, you know, gave a kid a ride when, you know, she's not, according to the law, supposed to do that. And it's inappropriate for her to do that. But she viewed it as the right thing to do because she cares about like the principle of it more than the
mhm,
letter of the law in particular.
right.
Whereas, you know, the principal, I think he was right in that circumstance. You know, teachers shouldn't be giving kids a ride home, but, you know, that's just an example of, you know, him playing by the rules. So that's probably
Right?
why
I
he
don't know.
got what he
Miss,
got.
let's ask our teacher, Miss Jen, the teacher, if you saw a kid that was like standing outside, if it was raining or something, parents didn't come to pick them up, would you be able to give them a ride or would you get in trouble?
I think you'd get in trouble for that.
Yeah,
That's like all
my
the
sister's a
harassment stuff.
teacher, and it's a small town too. So you'd think, oh, you know, everybody's okay, understands, and
Right.
okay with that. And a few, you know, I don't know how many years, but she's been a teacher for a long time, and I remember when that would have been okay, but now,
Mhm.
no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to call like the police, right? Or something. I'm pretty sure they have some type
Yeah.
of, system in place.
That
Oh,
makes
there
sense.
we go. She said
Yeah.
if she would stop my car and stay with them, I would get fired on the spot.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
stay with them too.
Yeah. We're too tuned into the fact that there's like so many abusers in these systems, you know, to
Yeah.
let that happen,
Right?
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess,
she
but like,
said if she let them in her car, she'd get fired on the spot. That's what Jen, the teacher, said.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
because like even when they were like the principal was like talking to Justine like inappropriate, like eh, okay, I to me inappropriate is like a big word because when you say inappropriate, your mind immediately goes to something really, really bad. And
Yep.
it's like I hate that that was associated with her just giving some kid a ride or
Yeah.
caring a lot about her kids because I would want the teacher of my child to give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I would
Because
think that that's something you would
yeah,
want.
the one dude, remember the little kid was on the sidewalk. His dad didn't show up, and the one, I don't know if he's a teacher or whatever. He said, "You okay, or you need something?" You know, and the kid said, "Yeah, I'm all right," and just turned and walked off.
Mhm.
So it's almost like that adult should have known he's just walking away without a ride.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even think kids that age are supposed to be allowed to walk home. Like that's like a
Yeah.
high school thing.
That shouldn't be allowed. They're supposed to like contact someone because God forbid if something happens to that child, then what?
Right?
Who's going to be
Yeah.
responsible?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, have you, Miss Jen? I've given a kid money to take the bus and an Uber, but not in my car ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I I do understand the reasons why, but I'm still like then the oh, I feel like that puts the teachers in such a bad spot. Like you want them to care,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I definitely took Justine as a teacher who cared. I didn't
Yeah.
take her as like somebody overstepping boundaries in a sense, like what you would think, like when your mind goes to that place. Like they were using trigger words that just make you think the most awful of things. And then you kind of see her interaction with Alex. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, why are you following him? Like, okay, I see it, but like, I understand why she did it. So I didn't really blame her throughout the movie, I felt really bad for her. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, That's gotta suck. All your kids just go missing, and now everybody wants your head on a post.
Yeah.
Like, they wanna make a friggin' oh, they wanted to get her, and I was just like and then can we just say how funny it was in the scene in the gas station where she's, like, running away from him, and the guy's just standing behind the counter, and she's like, "Are you gonna help me?"
Please.
He's
Yes,
just
And she's
like
like, get
and
out of
he's
my
just, like,
store.
standing there, "Get out of the store and go away." Like,
right. But it's the
so
same
bad
thing
for
that
her.
happened. It's the same thing that happened like during like one of the last scenes with Paul chasing her. They were doing something like a dance around the counter. It was like, what?
Right?
That's so
But you have no
realistic, though. I
idea.
feel like
Yeah.
the
Right?
shop
When we were
owner.
watching the trailer, all I was saying was like, wouldn't it be really hilarious if she just like face planted into the door because the door was locked? Like she just went full speed like into the door because the door was locked. But
Yeah.
we have a question from Miss Vic. She says, question, would you stay in the town like she did after
I
Yeah,
don't.
something
just
like that?
it's hard to just up and leave,
Yeah.
especially if she's got a lease, if she's renting.
Mm.
Can't
My
just.
first My first thought, that's a great question because my first thought, when people were like knocking on her door and then she saw that they vandalized her vehicle, I was thinking, man, does she have no family or anything like that? Because I'm not staying here, God forbid if that were me. I gotta get out of here, especially she's living by herself. I was like, nah, she should have tried to go, stay with some family for a few weeks until things died down or something. That's just my thought process.
Yeah, I mean, if she had family that she could stay
Yeah.
with, but I could
Mhm.
definitely see her character, if her parents are still around, not being, like friendly with them or having some issue or something like that, or maybe she doesn't have her family anymore.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Pretty much. And Jen, the teacher says the only reason why it was her was because of the kids in her class bullying Alan and kid are randomly assigned to teachers and kids are kids regardless of teachers.
Mhm.
I get that. I think it's more so because of Alex because she was like get me something of all the kids in the classroom, and that's now we know why he was the lone survivor. And we have
Yeah.
another question from Miss Debbie. What was the symbolism of the floating giant automatic weapon clock in the sky? I was asking James that question.
yeah.
We were talking a little bit about that. And James put up something in his Discord. What was it that you were saying, James?
Well, just some articles I read on it. It's not a definitive. The director doesn't confirm it. He just says I left it open to interpretation. He didn't give a reason. He said just whatever you guys think, kind of thing. But
Mm.
the going theory is that uh, I forget how many years ago they did a assault weapons rifle ban through Congress, and it failed by 200 or got 217 votes or failed with only 217 votes. It didn't pass, is the thing. So an assault weapons ban, and the votes were 217. So if you look at the bigger picture and you put in the witch and everything like that, it's just the metaphor of gun violence, school shootings, whether it be that or at a concert or wherever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the concept of we're ignoring the problem. The
Mm.
problem is right there in front of our faces, but we just ignore it, kind of thing.
Yes. Well, hello, Mr. Luke. He says that Americans maybe keep weapons in their home, the right to bear arms, and in this movie, the kids were the weapons.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you can. I think he meant it when he said it's open to interpretation,
Mhm.
and it's definitely dream logic. So that like your interpretation of that, James, is perfect. Especially the 217 votes thing. I didn't know about
Mhm.
that. Like that would definitely fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's obviously the surface level that the kids are the weapons.
Yeah,
Like
that's the surface. Yeah.
evil can't act on its own, and it needs others to do its bidding through temptation and stuff
Mm.
like that. So yeah, I think that's like the surface level. But yeah,
Yeah.
the 217 thing is definitely specific for a reason. Like I think before when we were watching the the trailer. James, you mentioned Matthew 2:17, which is
Mhm.
about like, King Herod commanding his people to murder all the
The
young boys,
babies.
and
Yeah.
in Bethlehem, so that
Yeah, yeah,
he could get Jesus and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to that as well.
Wow.
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Mm.
But yeah,
I
I think
think
it
in the
is like.
movie it's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's definitely playing into the fears in like the people's psyche of like children going missing, and
Mhm.
even the conversations about teachers being inappropriate. There's something to do with that, like kids getting kidnapped, and then there's gun violence and stuff like that, and there's one kid who has evil like in his life, and then that spreads to other people going missing and stuff. So I mean, it's kind of like all of these things put together. That's how I look
Mhm.
at that.
Yeah. I like it.
Dark Elf
Yeah,
says he loved that
it's
intro.
pretty deep. I like that dream scene. I think there's a
Mhm.
lot
Oh,
about.
where's sorry? Let me go back to the chat. Let me go back to the chat.
Yeah, he
Where'd
says
it
he
go?
loved the intro, but the
Mhm.
movie sucked.
I told them how disappointed you were in the movie and that you fell asleep. He was not a happy camper. He was not a happy camper.
Mhm.
He is not. But thank you. He knows that I appreciated him take, and I always tell him, I'm like, horror is not your thing. What do you mean? There's horror movies I like. I'm like, no, you
This
really
movie
don't
was
like
trash.
horror. You have no idea. I've been hearing this. I've been hearing this all weekend, and up until now, that he just thought the movie was absolute trash. And I was just like, would you like to come on and talk about it? No, no,
Is this your husband?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. He's
Just
at
like
work right
this
now
movie
listening.
was trash.
Yeah, and he made
Yeah.
the intro, so that's why.
Oh, that's
No,
why it's
I made
good. I see. I
the
see.
intro.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
made
he made
the
the.
intro. I
What?
made the intro. He made the music.
Oh, okay, he made the
So,
music. Gotcha, gotcha.
yes, that was
Nice.
me.
Team
I did
effort.
that, James. Aren't you proud of me? I did
I am
that.
proud of you. Yeah, I am. That was awesome.
The blind, not computer literate girl actually figured out how to do stuff,
Hey,
Well,
you said you
that was
were.
great.
You said you were.
right?
So,
To vision impairment be damned.
so,
What
so
else?
I'll ask. This is kind of. I don't know if it's off subject really, but Brian, especially aimed at you. Say you're
Mhm.
sitting down writing a script or an idea for something. You know how a lot of movies have that underlying, oh, it's really about society, or something in the real world, even though it was whatever kind of genre of a movie. And they tie it, not necessarily politically, but just to something like the gun violence thing,
Yeah.
or something like that. It could be many things. Do you think they on purpose think about that as they're writing it from the get-go?
Well,
That's weird.
I think it. Yeah, I don't think that's the ideal way to write things because often it comes off hand-fisted. I mean, there are some times where you can have like a really obvious, like kind of Oliver Stone style message, and it still could be a good movie. But most of the time, you try to attempt like, I have this thing in mind. I'm going to write this thing around it. It comes off as like preachy and stuff.
Yeah, or
And
propaganda or something.
yeah,
Mhm.
like propaganda, stuff like that. I think it works best with in this movie. I get the sense that it's like subconscious on the unconscious level. He wants to
Right,
cover
right,
these
right.
things like grief, like gun violence, like all this stuff is it's rattling around in there. But I think if you go into it with too defined of a this means this, and just a really like surface level kind of allegory thing, it's really like art. I think is great because you can have these lenses to view it through where you can look
Mhm.
at it in this way and in this way, and every way you look at it is equally valid. And I don't think you get that type of discussion, that type of rich conversation when it's as simple as, oh, this means, oh, the witch represents gun violence, the witch represents it. Like, no, it's deeper than that, right? Because it's all of these things.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So that's
And
that's
this
how I look at it.
and this one, it's the floating gun is the big thing, like, looking at it from a filmmaking perspective, like,
Mhm.
you have to really think about adding that
Yeah,
versus if it was just a overall story thing, right?
I
So,
Yeah.
think
it
yeah,
just makes me wonder about those things.
I think that a lot of things are intentional. But I do agree that if you do, I think you can go into a movie, not saying this one, but into a movie or even a series with a certain thing in mind and say, I kind of want it to be like this or to mirror or to focus on, certain issues in society and things like that. And but then at the same time, you want to focus on like a specific story to tell with
Mhm.
the person that you're, like with the characters, like main character, making it kind of like about their life, but at the same time there's still societal issues, right, that we can still see, right? But then also, what about moments where, let's say it's a series, or even we can do even a movie, you get to a certain scene and you're like, you know what, I kind of want to pull from uh this urban legend, or and kind of make a little twist to it or put my own little thing on it. So I think certain things are intentional. um
Right.
and that, especially that whole thing with, come on, the Pied Pipers definitely has to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pied Piper.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, The Walking Dead, one of the things, just as an example, in all of that is uh, the Whisperer War. If you guys
Oh
are
yeah.
familiar with that
Mhm.
part, even the showrunners and the writers, they said in interviews they mirrored that, wanted to anyway, to the Cold War. So
See, yeah, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
You're
just
just
kind of
taking
went
like
by.
little pieces of life
Yeah,
and stories that were there, and you're building around it or building upon it.
Or
So,
like
Yeah.
in Star Wars, George Lucas modeled the rebels after like the Viet Cong.
mm,
Like he even said that in interviews and stuff.
hmm
Well,
So it,
it's always one thing,
and
like
George
the
Martin in Game of Thrones flipped the map upside down, and that's Westeros kind of
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
thing.
yeah.
And it's like, I don't mind if we're watching something and it kind of triggers a conversation. Like, I'm not against, triggering any, like the gun kind of, it got people talking. It got people doing I wonder what it means. Could it mean this? I just don't pander to me. Like,
mhm,
as
Yeah.
long as you're not sitting there trying to shove a specific ideology or view down my throat and then
mhm,
expecting me to just kind of absorb it. I, I
yeah,
I I don't like that. Like, but if you're just kind of giving us stuff that's going to generate a conversation like we're having now, like, oh, what
mhm,
could the meaning be? Do you guys think it might have something to do? It's starting the conversation. So it's getting
mhm,
kind of that stuff out there. I just don't like when these shows or movies nowadays kind of have this agenda and they just want to cram it down your throat.
Yeah.
Like, and then they make you feel wrong if you might think a different way about it.
yeah. Oh gosh, that's the worst part.
Like, j- just
Yeah.
just get, if you want us to talk about something, there's ways to do that. And I think, just whether he meant to or not, whether it was just something the director just kind of randomly put in there, that's here nor there. It still started a conversation. Like, even when you, James, when you put out your video about what happened with Greg Nicotero and what he said, it started the conversation. Like, and that's what I enjoy, like, just having a conversation about something. But don't sit there and like say, oh, you have to now believe this way because I'm giving it to you in this cinematic format, and when you
Mm,
don't, like, you're looked down on. That's not a way to keep a fan or get people to your movie, because that's not what
no,
people want. They don't want, and
mm,
especially nowadays, the conversations sometimes are so hard to have between each other. And we have, it's a hard enough time right now with everything going on, that you have to kind of let people get to that conversation on their own, and
mm,
have them kind of bring out their feelings about it or what they think. When you just start like, you have to think this way or you have to do that, that's when I
mm,
think people just get turned off.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I think it goes back even further than like our modern era because like you could look at some of Tolkien's writings, and he hated allegory for this exact reason. Like it's trying to force a story in a specific direction to say a message when you could just easily say the message without doing the movie, you know. And it,
Mhm.
yeah, and to
And I
me, I
did
think
want to go back and just say quickly goodbye, good night to Mr. Luke. Thank you so much. He was tuning in from the UK. It is
Good
3 a.m.
night.
by
oh
him.
man, have a good
And he
night.
said, good discussion, good night. Maybe I'll see it again and go in with a more of an open mind. And that's what I like to hear. I
Yeah,
like to hear
absolutely.
that people come in, enjoy our conversations, and might think differently about something that they might not have seen or thought of, or okay, maybe I need to give something a second chance
Yeah,
because
it's
I,
awesome.
went into it. So thank you, Luke. We totally appreciate that. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's so late for you.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Have a good night. Yeah, and I think with the creative mind, like when you're trying to force a message like that, it's almost like it is like dream logic when you're writing something, because there's times when you write things and then you're like, wait, this connected to this other thing earlier. How did I know to do that? And it's like your
Mhm.
brain made the connection without you even being conscious of it. And
Yeah.
and that's why, like, if I was in the director's position, I'd do the same thing that he did. Like, oh, I don't know what it means. You guys figure it out. You know, even if I had a specific thing mentioned, it kind of
Totally.
cheapens it when you don't let people realize the connections that you made without you being conscious of it. You know.
Yeah, totally. I do that. I'm not a performing artist right now as far as playing music, but writing songs and stuff, I do that. You know, people ask, what does that mean? And I'm like, well, what do you think it means to you or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
think
you never
Luke,
want to say what it means, because that ends the conversation. If you're
that's
like,
true.
yeah, if this conversation we're having about what the gun means, if he came
Mhm.
out and said like, "Oh, it means this," nobody would speculate about it anymore. The
Yeah.
conversation would be over, and
It's
it would.
kind of like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm sorry about that. I thought you were
No,
finished. It's
you're
kind
good.
of like the same thing with the writer for The Sopranos. They left the ending to be open
Yep.
interpretation, which I hated. I would have rather you tell me what happened, but from looking at things, it definitely looked like he was deleted, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. But for me, because I'm an artist, like I write songs, I write, I've written books and things like that. I like where you guys are coming from, where you're saying, you would rather the artist say, hey, figure it out for yourself, or what do you think it means, But for me, if someone were to ask me, because I write intentionally, if someone were to ask me, well, what did this part mean? And I knew what I was writing when I wrote it, I'm going to tell you what it means to me.
Mm.
But I like the idea of you saying, well, ask, what do you think it means? So now I can say, look, it means this to me. This is what I meant when I wrote it. But, do you think it could fit? How do you think it fits in the story? What do you think it means? You know what I'm saying? So I do like that, because you can kind of continue the conversation.
I got,
Mhm.
I get some kind of a sick enjoyment out of it when people want to know something, and I'm like, no. It's,
I know everybody's missing our Scarlet. Yes, she is going. We're going
she
to be
might hate
doing
it.
another stream. We're going to be doing another stream on her channel, and we're going to be doing some stuff with James. She just has not watched the movie yet, and believe me, our Scarlet. Once she watches the movie, we're going to know about it. We're going to know whether she
Yeah.
loved it, she hated it,
I
and
have a feeling she might hate it
we
just
will get
because.
our. I think she actually might enjoy parts of it. I think she's going to be a 50-50 person. I think she's
Okay,
gonna
okay.
definitely want more of the witch, like most of us kind of do. I just don't know how she's gonna feel about the chapter format.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Chris,
that's what I'm curious to think
Chris,
what
there's
she's gonna think
spoilers.
about that. But
Yeah.
yes,
I wonder if Luke would have left the chat going, I'm going to watch it again with an open mind if Scarlett had been here.
Probably
our
not. Probably not.
Scarlet, our Scarlet.
Just kidding, Scarlett.
Right? No, but she I think she'll be 50-50 on this movie. It's hard for me to judge Scarlett sometimes, because sometimes I could pinpoint when she's gonna love something, but I've been wrong a lot.
Right, right.
Hence the institute. So I don't know if I even want to dabble. I don't even know if I want to dabble. But no, we're going to talk about it again as soon as she gets to see the movie, and she's going to let us know all her thoughts and feelings about it for sure. Because that's our girl, and we love when she goes on her rants are enjoyable. I laugh. She knows I laugh. I always laugh when she goes on her rants because it's just she's the greatest. I love my Scarlet.
No.
And then Bone said, "Hello, Mr. Bone." Said it had a slow start and finally got scary at the later half, but really good. 9 out of 10. Nice to
Nice.
I agree
hear.
with that.
Nice,
Mm.
Nice
nice.
to hear.
I
Well,
like
for
slow
instance, we
starts
pulled up
though.
a rating.
I'm a slow burn
Why don't
guy.
we give our ratings for right now? We'll start with you, Mr. James. What was your rating of weapons? And you guys in the chat, let us know what you guys thought. Give us your nice little ratings, and we'll see what everybody thought.
I'll probably still stick with a solid 8 out of 10, and that's I guess for an expectation that I thought it was a horror movie, and I would really call this more of a mystery thriller or something like that. It's just for that aspect a little bit, because I love the movie. It was great. Like I say, the production and the acting and all of that. Like the little kid, man, the little kid could have made it or broke it, and he nailed it. So stuff like that, I have to give it a good score. And so 8 out of 10.
Nice.
That's fair.
And what about you, Mr. Brian? What's your rating on our weapons?
I think I'll set it at a 9, just because it was able to get people talking, and I think it was really well put together. Great cast, great shot choices, and the structure of the movie. It's original. It's hard to make a horror movie that feels like as original as this, where it doesn't all like feel like a retread, or I wasn't predicting where it was going to go, and it almost had like an indie movie kind of feel to it, even though it was a major studio. So I give it a lot of credit in terms of the script and the way it was paced. I love slow burn stuff that goes crazy at the end, and that's exactly what this was. The dark humor scattered throughout really worked for me. I mean, I've kind of a twisted sense of humor, so that definitely works for me. And when it comes to like judging the scariness of things, like I try to leave expectations at the door when it comes to that, because I'm a little bit numb to horror stuff, because I watch a lot of it, so I don't judge it based on how scared I feel. It's more just like, is this interesting? Does this grab my attention? And the tension and everything throughout was just really good, and great performances. And I feel like I talk too much at this point, but yeah,
Nice.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Awesome. And what about you, Miss K? What would you give this movie?
I would have given it an 8, but I'm gonna give it like a 7.7 because the comedy at the end, it was a little too much. Like Thanos continuously throwing James across, like that was just, like
That was like my favorite part of the movie.
I don't mind laughing. No, don't get me wrong. I was laughing, like I enjoyed myself from the laughter, but I just felt like the movie was so serious up until that point. Well, they did have, like you said, they had stuff scattered, some humor scattered, and I like that. But at the end, they piled it on, so it brought down my rating. For me, I'm kind of like, I think, did you say this, James, about the horror? You're kind of numb to it. Was that you or Brian?
That was me.
James,
but it's probably true, James too.
Yeah. Brian, you said that was you?
Yep.
I agree. I used to really love horror, and so nowadays I don't look for it because I don't think they make them like they used to. So I don't really get scared or anything. This wasn't scary. There's nothing for me to be disappointed about because I wasn't looking for scary. Nowadays I look, especially now as a YouTuber who does show reviews, I just look for the entertainment factor, and the acting and the cinematography and those things. So yeah, but 7.7.
Yeah, I literally started at around a 7.5, and I'm between a 7.5 to an 8 because there's so much that I loved. There's things I wish we got more of, but like you guys say, like I'm you could ask my husband. I'm a big chicken. It doesn't take much to scare me, but I love it. Like I love the thrill of like a scare. Even in like the haunted houses, like I'm the first person who wants to go, but don't you dare put me in the front and don't you dare put me in the back. I stay in the middle so I can just wedge myself in between people, and I'm still a horror junkie in the set. I love scares. Like if you could scare me, which it just doesn't take much. It doesn't take much when it comes to certain stuff. But now, like the more that I've been watching and like reviewing, like you guys say, I delve a little deeper into it to where the scares are now harder for me to kind of like get from certain stuff. And there was definitely a few jump scares that got me, but again, I'm a big chicken, so it doesn't take much. Like when I was taking the original screenshots for the trailer, and I had to get the lady busting her head through, where is she? Like even though I knew it was coming up as I'm trying to like capture the moment, I kid you
Yeah.
not, I scared myself like 10 times.
Oh yeah.
As I'm like,
I didn't flinch.
this friggin' screenshot, and I was just like I knew it was coming, but it still scared me. So I still am kind of glad I still have kind of like my chicken wings on, and I still get scared every so often, and it doesn't take much. But from a Wiccan standpoint, I love the use of the magic. I love that they incorporated the bell, because that's a big part in witchcraft and Wicca. Like that, they use that a lot because it signifies kind of like the start and stop to rituals and spells. And I love how that was how she activated kind of her magic. So I enjoyed that aspect of it, and I like that they kind of threw those kind of little things in there when it came to the magic side, because it's so hard with like magic nowadays. They kind of just do stuff and will just tell you, oh, it's magic, and you kind of just got to go with it. Like I like when they do kind of something that is realistic in the magic sense. So I like that the bell, for me, I love that she used the bell. I really, really enjoyed the fact that she used a bell. So it's something small, it's something little, but it's just the Wiccan side of me. Like I was like, that's real, because not a lot of people do stuff like that when it comes to witchcraft, and it's always dark, and like this was a blood magic, but that was definitely something that is generalized in the magic world, is using a bell. And I just felt like he did some research, because not a lot of people would incorporate something like that, because they just throw magic at you and they just expect you to clap your hands and believe. You know, like we're just going to call it magic, so you can't question it.
Right.
And
Yeah, it
I
definitely
like
makes
how
sense
they
to have
tried
some
to
rules
throw
around it.
they yes, definitely. Let's see, what are our people saying in the chat? I know we
Vic
got
6.97654.
at 8.5. Awesome. Is Vic 7?
No, you got to get to the last one for Vic.
Oh, I gotta get to the last one. I know I saw my husband. I'll give it a -6.
At
Negative.
first, I thought it said a 6. I was like,
Me
oh,
too.
you gave it,
Oh my gosh, I thought
I'm like, all right.
it said a
There's a big
6.
fat negative sign. And then as he says, are we qualified to give those numbers? Me and
Oh,
Greg,
you're right.
the movie was trash.
I'm not qualified. You're right. Darn it.
And then we were
Greg.
talking about you, Miss K. She might be qualified.
No, only
I'm
because
sure
it's
Greg loved this
There
movie.
you go.
I'm sure Greg loved this movie.
There we go. 6.987654. I love you, Vic. I love you, Vic. Mr.
Very
Philip
scientific.
Hills at a 7.7. Yeah, right. The jump scares were very well done. Like usually I don't care, because that's the same thing. Like when they throw a PG-13 movie at you, they just throw in a bunch of jump scares and expect you to just believe it's horror. And I that's what I get numb to. I get numb to like the PG kind of 13 horror movies, because to
Yeah.
me, I don't think that's horror. And
It's hard to do a
yes,
PG-13. That's
there's
good
been
horror.
some okay PG-13 movies that I'd be like, okay, maybe that could be, thrown into the horror genre. But it's like, it's so hard. Those jump scares, like they're so expected. But here in this movie, there was a few times where I was like, oh, holy shit, that got me. I was not expecting to see that. Okay, you got me on that one. So
Everyone
I like scares in this
complains
one.
about jump scares, but I kind of need it. Like I said, haven't seen so much horror stuff. I kind of need a jump scare to get in the scary mood. You know,
Yeah.
like a
Yes.
couple good ones that I'm really not expecting have to be there for me to be like, okay, now I'm on edge. You know.
Yeah. I don't think I jumped at all in this movie.
No, I would have to say I didn't.
I can't remember if I
And
did.
and actually, I think I told Dana
I'm a
that
chicken. I'm a
the
chicken.
the theater there weren't a lot of people when I went, but I could tell some people jumped, but it was to one of the trailers they showed before the movie, but I couldn't tell no one jumped during the movie. I didn't, but
Oh no.
I think there were some people that jumped when Justine looked at the ceiling, and
Yes.
the
Yes.
clown lady, but that was probably the best one
Mm.
in the movie.
That I was not expecting at all. And as my husband says, jump scares were great every time the clown lady popped up. I was
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not being sarcastic at all.
Yeah.
dude, not even but bye, Great Gold. Thank you so much for coming by.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Every time you're here. We love
See
our
ya, Great.
Gold worm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Bone said something about I think if I have it right, the title of the movie being weird. A weird choice. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think like one of the major themes is the nature of evil and that it can't act on its own and needs agents on its behalf. I think it's a good title. It gets you thinking and gets you
Yeah.
talking about it. So I think of it as like we all can be weapons at a different point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the title was kind of creative.
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
like I said when Archer brought it back up and said that he was weaponized, it brought back, it brought the title back to mind because I wasn't even thinking about the title anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, so I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely not one of those moments where it was like, oh, he said the thing. No, it was like it made sense.
Yeah,
The
we
title
didn't get
was
that there like roll credits. But
Right. Right.
Resident Evil. That's Smash Cut Black.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, like I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed. It still was refreshing because I feel like we've had remakes and reboots kind of shoved down our throats. And I don't know, I couldn't even sit through I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't with this right now. Like if I
The
see
new
one
one?
more remake, one more remake or
Oh, I
reboot,
hate that so much.
like
Yeah.
just
I was
leave
just like
certain
instant skip.
things alone.
Leave it alone.
Like
please.
we were talking we were talking on Scarlett's a channel the other day, and we were just saying like movies like Misery, like
Mhm.
don't touch that. Leave it
Don't.
alone. Let it sit in its nice little bubble that it has because it will just get destroyed. And I
Yeah.
feel like so many remakes are destroying kind of like the originals.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah, I
what do you
agree.
guys think about like remakes nowadays? They're just not
I
they're
hate
falling
them.
short.
Yeah, I
I
mean
hate
there's some good ones here and there, but mostly it's like, people kind of on the shoulder of giants and not, having their own vision or whatever. I'm of
Mhm.
two minds about it because there are sometimes I'm a huge Alien fan, even though most of the movies at this point aren't like none of them are as good as the first one, right? And the first and second one, but like a lot of people with Alien Romulus were like, oh, it kind of just felt like a remake of the first one. It was like the same thing, and I was just like, I loved it. It was great. Even though it's not like a fantastic movie. Sometimes I'm okay with it just being the same thing over again, repackaged. So it
Yeah,
really just depends.
you're right. It does. It depends. I feel like that with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one that came out, I believe, in 2003, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
I
that
feel
was,
like
solid.
Yeah, I feel like
another
that
one
was a
coming.
good remake. Huh?
There's another one coming. We saw a trailer for the new Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, and no
Weapons.
thank you. See what I'm saying? And then they kept coming out. And that's another thing. They kept coming out. And it's like the beauty of that story is that it's based on a true story. Why do you keep on making other ones? Now you're like clowning it up.
Yeah, so some of these franchises just keep going on and
Oh,
on. And it's
the
like,
Halloween
yeah,
franchise.
how many of those do
Go
we
to
need?
hell. Like, what are
Come
we
on.
doing? Doesn't make no sense.
Hey, they're about to they've coming back big with that. Like they're calling it the Jason verse or something.
Oh,
Yeah, like no, let's not.
They're gonna have like
Yeah,
movies and a series and all kinds of stuff.
yeah. I was so disappointed when the last one came out and they didn't kill Michael Myers. I said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And then what I'm gonna do is whoever watches that, I'm gonna ask them, okay, did they finally get him? Is he dead? That's it. That's all I need to know.
Well,
I don't
even if
want
they actually get him, they're just gonna write it that he survived somehow.
that he survived, right? That he
Yeah.
survived. It's just stupid. The last one was such foolery, like a whole town couldn't kill him. Like it was just dumb.
Right. And
But-
I was personally done with Jason in outer space.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh
when you
my
go to space, like, come
I
on.
was just like, what are we? Is this really how far we've fallen?
Yeah.
Like we have to put somebody in one of these dudes in outer space, and like I was
No
like,
more
I
creativity.
can't anymore. I just can't anymore. What
Mm-mm.
about you, James? What is your take? You like any remakes that you like enjoyed? Are you like fatigued with them? Think they should just stop?
I guess I'm like Brian with two minds, but I think we think a little different. I don't like the stuff repackaged as much. Like I think Star Wars did that. It's like, okay, how many Death Stars and planet? You know, it just seems like it was the same exact story and same exact story. So sometimes if it's done well, because you can, say like some directors, producers find a book and they want to make a movie and it could be good. You just don't know. But it's the hit or miss, and that's the thing. And you don't know until you watch it and waste those hours of your life. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Struggle.
and sometimes even if you ask someone, you might enjoy it even if they didn't. So it's hard, and you just got to go through those ups and downs, I think. But I don't want people to stop doing it. It's just it is overdone. Like, oh my God, really? And too soon. Like they're already got a Harry Potter series reboot, and it just seems like that is almost too soon. People want a Walking Dead right now. Like people on my channel are screaming for a Walking Dead reboot. I'm like, no, not right now, man. Not right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're not. Jeez, I don't know.
So,
Are the spinoffs not enough?
right. It's hard.
Unfortunately, they are not enough.
So
I was just going to say that. No, they really are not enough. And Miss K, how could they have friggin' Walking Dead out in New York City and it be trash? They made a Walking Dead in New York City, and we were all like, "What the?" only parts that were good was seeing like Central Park, seeing certain like locations. Everything else was horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
It's
wow.
all
story.
CGI too, like the good
You
stuff.
had the best the city was a story in itself. You should have just left Walking Dead in New York City and just given us something new altogether, new
Something
characters, new
Yeah.
situations, everything. And I think that would have been such a great spinoff, but they had to shove fucking Maggie and Negan in there like, oh,
Oh,
they
Lord.
hate each other, and her stupid son who just like was friggin' groomed by this old lady, and like we were just like, what is going on?
Yeah, the
Oh,
story was
man.
bad. All right, Dana.
What's going on?
Dana, I'm no Scarlet, but I want to be controversial for a moment.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
hit me.
All right. Could you guys just imagine for a moment
Okay.
that something like happened in this movie, Weapons,
Mm-hmm.
could actually be real?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I said that earlier.
Yeah, from the magic aspect.
Yeah,
of
the
it.
witchcraft part. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't believe in
Just
witchcraft,
scary.
but I do believe in like spiritual warfare in the sense
Yeah.
of like forces beyond our
Mhm.
understanding trying to control us.
Right. So you don't think
temptation
that
and-
someone can put a spell on you, another human, but you think a spirit can persuade you, interact with you? How do you see that working?
Yeah, like through temptation and desires and stuff like that. Like
Gotcha,
that's kind of
gotcha.
how evil works its way in.
Gotcha. And you're saying evil as an outside force, not something within. it
Yeah,
comes
I
within.
believe it's an outside force.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I'm, I have a standard, Christian point of view. So,
Yeah, me too. And I was about to add on to that is that I agree with you, but I also agree that the spirit realm can manifest in the physical. So where they use humans, to
yeah.
do certain things, and that people that do witchcraft, like I know somebody who did witchcraft, and he explained in his testimony that he actually did something to some dude just because he didn't like him, and he was in the hospital for months and nobody knew why until he took the spell or the root off of him or whatever it was.
Wow.
So was that an external thing, or like you're not talking about a spirit possessing someone? In that instance, you're talking about something like happened in the movie where someone performs a ritual and it
Yes.
affects someone else.
Yes, the ritual.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is kind of like an inner battle, right? The spiritual battle. But I think the sources come from, outside us. So,
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
on the side of Brian, noting your belief, what about the magic part? Is that a possibility? Do you think?
it's not something I buy into personally. No. I mean,
And
I think,
Dana knows more about blood magic. So what you witnessed in the movie, using part of that tree and part of her blood and some hair from the victim, what is that drawing from, like a demon energy, or like where's the power coming from with that?
Power could come from multiple factors. It depends on, we don't know much about her form of magic, but manifestation and just the will to believe in something is very powerful. So
That
in
sounds
Wicca, you basically, you manifest your spells. You're manifesting them yourself. Just your belief in them is the power.
Mhm.
And that what she was doing, I think it was a culmination of a few things. I think that there was definitely magic within the tree, like you said. So if we get a prequel and we saw something like that, I think her power source was being drawn from the tree. And she was making almost offerings in the sense of her blood and with the hair to be able to kind of overtake or take over the people that she was taking over. So it's her magic seemed more like a ritual type of magic, like because she had steps, she had incantations. She was saying there were certain parts to what she was doing that were more ritualistic than like straight up, okay, I'm casting out a fireball from my hand type of magic.
Right, right.
So there was a lot of aspects to her magic, and I do think they were definitely ancient. Like I definitely think that it's believable that she's possibly been around for a very long time, longer than we've kind of thought.
Right.
And we're in a day and age to where magic has lost almost power because less people believe in it. And it's
mhm.
definitely, I loved American Gods. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen that TV show or read the books.
I
That
tried.
was all about manifestation. Like because people believed in these things so much, they actually came to be because that belief was so powerful.
Right.
And that's where the gods came from. The gods didn't come from, just poof out of nowhere. They came from the belief of
Right.
people. And
So where would
I
the tree get the power then?
it would depend, like I would, it could have gotten it, like, is the tree connected to some kind of power force? Is it connected to some kind of demon? Is it connected to something more powerful? Are we talking the tree of life? Like something that it itself just is Mother Nature is
Mhm.
powerful because
Gotcha.
there's still
Gotcha.
so many things in Mother Nature that we can't explain. So it could be a culmination of so many different things. That's what makes magic so interesting, is that there is no one side to it. I could believe in something different from you guys. You guys could believe, we could all believe something different from the next person. I just believe my magic is the fact that I just believe there's just more out there. There's more out there that we don't know. And just Earth and us ourselves, that's magic. the odds of if we're 1 in a billion or if we're the only things to exist, that's pretty magical. Like that,
Yeah.
yes, we might be able to explain it in a scientific way, but we still got to say that that's pretty magical to have something like that happen. That
Mm.
our planet is the planet that people just came to be on. So it's not just magic in the sense of, okay, can I shoot fireballs from my hand? It's bigger than that.
Hmm. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
In a sense. So magic can be very broad. Like even in the Catholic and Christian kind of faith, like they have, you guys have the faith in Jesus, that's magical. This
Mm.
guy was able to come and do all these things that nobody can explain, that nobody really has a scientific, people have tried, but do
Mm.
we know it's true? So even Jesus, you could say, was magical.
Yeah, because he was God, basically. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and I hate to reference a Marvel movie, but I'm going to because I think Thor kind of said it best when he was like, magic and science are one and the same. Like magic eventually turns into science once you can explain it.
Yeah,
So when you
like
can't
if you study
explain it,
quantum
it's
mechanics at all, and like just these particles could just disappear and reappear other places, and they're across the universe from each other, but they're linked, and like all these different things. The double slit experiment, where it's like, oh, the particle goes both ways, or either way, depending on when you're observing it. It's like all this stuff. It just feels like magic, right? For sure.
Yeah, hard to get your head around.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Yeah, no, that's
welcome, Miss PM. Weapons was so great. I'm glad you're talking about it. Yes, it was really, really good. We
hey,
very
glad
much
you enjoyed it.
enjoyed it. We very much enjoyed it. But yeah, I just feel like there's just so much in the world that's unexplainable. And like just the belief in something is magic. Like what, even if you're an atheist, the belief in nothing is magic. You know how hard it is to believe in nothing? Like
Yeah.
it's just as hard to believe in nothing as it is to believe in something.
Everything came to be because everything used to be really close together.
You know, so it's like magic and science are
Lord
so
have mercy.
closely related that I always love that you know, science is like magic explained, and magic is something science hasn't explained yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that rant. That was a good rant.
You know, and I get those questions all the time, just being a Wiccan, and I come from a very, very Catholic family. Like to the day, like my grandmother passed, she had no idea I was even a Wiccan. So it's like I get the questions all the time, especially when people see my pentacle that I wear. The first thing they're, oh, you worship the devil. No, that's not what it means.
Mm.
Like there's so much more to these symbolisms than these generic kind of things. So and it's just it's your belief. You believe something can be, you believe hard enough, you can manifest
Right.
it.
Have you guys ever saw a movie called In the Mouth of Madness?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. It sounds familiar though.
It's not a great movie, so don't, it's not a great
Not a
movie.
recommendation. Gotcha.
But it's worth watching just for, I think, what it's about. And it's kind of the belief thing. It's about an author that wrote a book, some books that over time become more read than the Bible, and just everyone was into it. And he, because of the belief, is how he got his power, kind of thing. And so it's kind of based on that idea that you're talking about.
That sounds
Yeah, belief
interesting.
is a powerful thing. Belief, like there's been wars fought over the belief of things,
Mm.
you know. So it's believing in something is I think our most powerful attribute in a sense,
Hmm.
because that could change the world.
And you tie that to consciousness.
In a way, yeah. In a sense, yeah. Because you have to be conscious to have that belief.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
but magic, it's what you make it. You know, that's why I have no qualms with anybody. Whatever you want to believe in whatever you want. That's magic to me. The magic that, you know, you can believe in something. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, I think belief is essential. I think because
Uh-huh.
I like there's a lot of people that go through life just always depressed and having all these
Yeah.
issues, and part of it's because they don't even believe in tomorrow, let alone believing in a higher power or something like that. And for me personally, I mean, my faith is like the source of, that's why I get up in the morning, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's very, very central to my life. So I think yeah, believe in something is definitely
Right.
it's a good thing to stand for. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
I say
But it
believe in God,
also,
believe in, the Savior
yeah,
Jesus
like
Christ
it
and all that,
also, it just, you have to be able to also come together with people who believe different than you. That's
Mm-hmm.
where a
Yeah.
lot of the things also become like just because you believe in something and I don't doesn't mean we can't have a conversation
And it
about it and
doesn't
talk
mean we
about
can't
it.
be friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
like
Yeah, it's
okay,
sad to see people
it's
just like, "Oh, you don't have the same opinions as me. We can't talk about anything."
Right. Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
We'd all
and
be on streams by ourselves.
Mhm.
right, right,
Exactly,
and I
dude.
think that's something the world could use a little more of nowadays.
Amen.
Is just
Mhm. Yep.
Absolutely.
conversations like that. That's it. And you don't have to scream at anybody, you don't have to hate anybody. You chalk it up to, okay, you
How
may
could you
not
rate
agree
this
in this.
movie a 7? I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yeah. Oh
Nope,
my
that's it, we're not
gosh.
friends. We're not friends anymore, that's it.
And you're
That's
not even
it, we draw
qualified to
the
have an
line.
opinion anyway.
Our qualifications are just for shit. I just tell you, gotta make a shirt, hashtag unqualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we scientifically deduce that it is a
Oh, Vic,
6.93 rating.
Vic has tweaked her rating. She has gone up
Oh,
some.
some
The
different
the
calculations I see.
right.
Mhm.
I think we've added a few numbers to that decimal point. We're gonna get her to a 7 by the end of the night there, people. We're
Mhm.
gonna
Yes,
get her there. We're gonna get her there.
you gotta up those numbers. Those are
Or
rookie
people who
numbers.
want to talk like their belief is better than, yeah, like same thing. Like that's where we go back to the pandering. Like in like don't pander. Like
Mhm.
you don't force your beliefs on other people. A belief is something someone has to come to on their own. If you
Mhm.
force it, they're never going to, like, you can't force it.
Yeah, and
Like
that's something like if there's even people within belief systems where it's like, oh, you don't believe enough. That's why like the Bible condemns like judging other people's faith and stuff like that because
Mhm.
we're not the real judges, right? Like because we don't have all the information. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
no, it's just everybody just more tolerance. Just got to have more tolerance. I think everybody is just so on edge nowadays with everything that's going on that just makes it so hard to talk to people. And that's why, like what you'd say, James, we're trying to build a community. And we want the community to be a place where people could come together with views that are different, with views that might be the same, and still just enjoy having conversations with people.
Yeah,
Yep.
people just
Like
don't go
that's
outside. They only talk on the internet in their little bubble. Their
like, go
curated
touch grass, people, go
algorithms.
touch grass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've lost the art of interacting with people different than us, and it's kind of sad.
It is, and that's why, like, I love that we've all kind of gotten into this YouTube space where, look, we have 4 people on panel. Scarlett would even make the 5th. We're all from different walks of life. Like, we've all had different experiences, but we all come together, we have fun. Like, that's the point. We have just fun, and that's what I like that we're
Yeah.
doing, is that we can come and do these streams, and we laugh, we have fun, and I
Yeah.
constantly look for Jane for you to debunk my stuff because then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now I got to move on to the next. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something that James can't say. That, oh, look at the poor camera quality. Why would they have that? You gotta think of physics and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something that James can't say the physics word. That
But
he
look,
can't say
I think it's going to
physics.
get worse because, you know, just a few years ago, we didn't have drones. So now we got drones and stuff. So the UAP, UFO thing's going to get so crazy. And I just saw the other day or watched the other day when there's so many robot companies out there. Like Boston Dynamics is one, but there's 50 or 60 other ones that are making humanoid robots that can cook your food and wash your clothes for you.
Scary.
And they're all getting pretty good at it, walking up and down the steps and you know, taking out the trash. They're doing it. There's videos, not AI, real videos of these companies, right? And
Yep.
somebody put in the comments on one, put a Bigfoot suit on one of those and let it run around in the woods.
Yep. Don't
So
even need AI for that video.
right. So I'm just saying, you know, as far as conspiracy theory and a bunch of stuff like that, I think it's just going to get worse as far as you know, stuff that's out there. But I'm just a science physics guy, you know, as far as, you know, not saying anything about religion or anything like that, but just on the conspiracy side of things. I guess I'm just more of a science minded. I don't necessarily believe in magic. You would have to kind of show it to me, I guess. You know, I don't believe there's UFOs, you know,
Magic
you'd have
doesn't
to
have
show
to be
me one.
physical. Like you don't need to see a fireball, like I said, shooting out of someone's hand. Just look at the fact that trees produce oxygen. The oxygen is what we use to survive. The whole thing, that's magical. Like
Oh,
it's just a magical
I
process.
agree. The science is magic in that
Yeah.
regard. No doubt about it.
I
No
got you,
doubt about
James.
it.
I got you. I got you.
But it's
You did it.
not
You heard it. You
supernatural.
heard it, guys. You
But
heard
it's
it,
not
guys.
supernatural. We're talking,
Yes.
we're literally
Yes.
talking about the laws of physics when we say that, right?
Yeah.
Until the ghost shows up in James's
I
house
know.
and
I know.
taps James on the shoulder and says, "Hello, my name's Bob. I want to talk to you. I heard you thought I wasn't real." We're gonna just see James. You know, I had a conversation with a
Look,
ghost last night.
if anybody knows Bob, send him my way.
Hey, yeah, a little skepticism is healthy when it comes to conspiracy stuff and things like that. And you know, even like the Bible defines faith as like evidence in things we can't see. So there is like, and there's a, you know, Saint Thomas who is doubting Thomas, who, you know, needed that like actual tangible evidence, you know. So it's good to seek that out, I think, especially with how easy it is to fake stuff nowadays on the internet when it comes to UFOs and robots and stuff. We're entering some scary territory. Did you guys see the video of the robot in the Chinese factory who started attacking his like handler? Like, it's scary stuff.
That is.
You can't mess around with these robots.
We gotta save Sarah Connor. We gotta save Sarah Connor.
Oh my God.
Someone find her and save her, because shit's about to like get real. AI scares the shit out of me. As much as I like, it's useful, don't get me wrong, and I get the whole enjoyment people get from it, but AI scares the absolute living, like I'm terrified of AI.
Hey, Skynet. Yep.
Like, just that's so much power, and in something that, you know, oh no, AI is terrifying to me. Computers are terrifying to me.
That's something they talk about in Alien Earth with AI. It's like you get to a point where you put AI in a humanoid synthetic body and it's smarter than us, and then that AI builds an even smarter AI, and then eventually you get to the point where you don't need humans anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it is
kind
of like the
it
next
seems
step.
like that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
population control and just make sure you have robots to take our place.
Yeah,
not wipe humans out altogether, but like I said, population control. And I think sometimes when you see a lot of things that are going on now, it's almost like it reminds me, like, you know, we should be paying attention to certain movies that come out and even movies that were out back then, because it's like, what do they know?
Yeah. Yep.
Up, we got Vic. She just canceled her order for her companion bot.
Oh.
Right? Rethinking that decision, huh, Vic?
Yeah, we have James to test them all out, right? So you got to send them to James. Send the companion robot to James.
Bill Chill says AI solution: go back outside and play with sticks.
Yeah. I'm so glad I grew up in like the last generation
Ball
that
with the
still
cup.
played
Just go
outside.
back to the ball in the cup where you just went outside, played with the ball in the cup.
I was so glad I
Miss-
grew up with video games, the internet, and also going out to the woods and playing with sticks. Like I did all of that, so I feel
Right?
very lucky the time I grew up in.
The last
Miss PM
generation that
asks,
did, probably.
I know, right? It's sad.
Miss PM is asking us, did we hear about the man that wants to marry AI?
Yep,
I
yep, and he has a
don't
wife and
know if
kids too.
I don't know if I want to know more about that. That sounds pretty fucking weird.
And there's a whole subreddit that's my boyfriend is AI, and it's all a bunch of women who had bad
Are you
experiences with men.
serious?
It's a
Are you
real
oh,
thing. It's real. I was
oh my
reading it the other
God.
day. I was like, I can't believe this. And
Mm-mm-mm.
one of them even bought like a ring for herself and said it was from ChatGPT. Like this
Oh,
is so
gosh.
scary and sad.
Oh
Mm-mm.
my
That's
right,
the future.
Bill? Why would anybody marry? Like, I don't even get that. I don't even get that.
Takes
It's,
all
I don't
kinds.
under. I don't,
Yeah.
okay.
guess it'll tell you what you want to hear. So sad. Desperate.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Vic. She says she's throwing out her Roomba. That's it. That's it. She's done. She's done.
Yeah,
She's had it.
don't connect up to these smart house things. Don't have that. That's gonna get bad real quick.
Vic says, I don't think Jay wants to test this companion bot out.
It depends. I mean, it has its pros and cons.
I don't know. That's those freak. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, one of the posts in
If
that subreddit was like, "Oh, ChatGPT just got a new version," and they're like, "Oh, 4.0 was my boyfriend. I feel like he just died." I was like,
That's so
man.
sad. People are lonely.
I know, it's tragic.
Yeah.
It really is.
Miguel says, if I get a bot, I want Alita. Or is did I say that right? At least so I have the bitch knocking motherfuckers out. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, like put it in the garage and you bought it just to like wash your clothes and stuff, but you tinker with it and make it some kind of weaponized
Mhm.
Alita. Yeah.
That's a little scary though, because it could just turn on you any second.
Right. Oh my gosh. It's like having a tiger you shouldn't have had it in the first
I
place.
mean, all of those are just like in the movies you see, the corporation has a link, so they can update it and all that kind of stuff. So
They know all the stuff you're into.
yeah, they're watching and they're controlling it,
Big
Yep.
brother. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, they
And the-
sure are. Because we'll literally be talking about stuff on the stream, and then the next day I will go into my YouTube and shit will
Or
be in
your
my, like,
Google. Sure.
Yep.
you might want to watch
Well,
this.
we're
I'm like,
on YouTube right
Yes.
now, so that makes sense.
what like, stop.
Yes.
We have the Amazon chick in my house and I
The
hate her.
phones are
I
listening.
hate her. She just does what she wants. She like flicks on and off at times. I hate these things. I hate these things.
Yeah, they're a little
My
too
Alita
scary.
would never.
Do you guys see the Boston Dynamic videos with the dogs and they're like always kicking them? Like they just like knock them over. And I'm like, guys, you got to stop doing that because the robots are going
Right?
to internalize all this abuse and then
Right?
just like lay waste to all of us.
They're gonna be like, fuck humans. Fuck y'all. Let me
Yeah.
hit the button.
And could
Hit
you
the button.
imagine that? Could you imagine that would be the plan all along?
Yeah. You can buy one right now. It's on their website. It's like $9,000. One of these dogs
What?
equipped with a flamethrower on its back.
Oh my gosh. Jesus.
The future, man. It's getting
That
real.
one Scarlet
Yeah.
wants. Scarlet would want the one with the flamethrower.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm scared.
She has a thing for using flamethrowers properly.
I don't know. The future may be where it's like everybody needs one at their house.
Mm.
Yeah, if it gets that bad, it's like
Right? I think this conversation calls for it.
there you go.
Bill Chill. Bill
The
Chill.
more you know.
Right? We're educational people. We're education here. Remember that.
Yeah,
Learn
we're
stuff.
learning.
Come
You
for the
learn.
horror
Learn
movie,
from
leave
this.
with the education.
Yeah, we got way sidetracked again. It always happens.
That's what happens. We started talking about weapons, and now we're talking about robots. Ain't no robots and weapons. How'd we get from weapons to robots? Who knows? But that's what happens here,
They was acting like robots.
Yeah, a little bit.
right?
They was being controlled like a mother.
Right? But no, that when they ripped that witch lady apart, I was
They ripped
Oh.
her to shreds. And what are they doing? Busting through whole houses. Come on now.
that was hilarious.
That was so
hilarious.
good.
And when the dude walked in the house, she's like, "There's a
Yeah.
man in the living room."
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my gosh." There's a
Yeah, that
man.
was the funniest part.
That was good. That was great, honestly, acting on her part because she was in mid sentence and she stopped what she was saying. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, there's something.
There's some strange man in the living room now. I was like, oh my god.
Whereas me,
Yeah.
like all the kids jump through, like that's the scary part, and then oh, there's another guy here. Okay, hi. Like,
Right.
yeah, that was so good. I feel like acting scared is one of the hardest things to do as an actor.
Yeah.
Really
The one-
sell it.
The husband, I don't know if it was that house or a different house, but you could hear one husband saying, "Look what they're doing to the yard."
Yeah, that's so accurate though.
Yeah.
That would be the priority. Forget the windows. Forget like,
Right? I just mowed that lawn, damn it.
yeah. What are you doing? You're ruining my roses.
My thing with that scene, like the people acting so, look, I get it, they're upset, all that's happening to their house, but it seemed like they were oblivious to the strong fact that this herd of kids trampling through and running through their house was those missing kids. I mean, in this town, you guys, this is news, right? So it's like, why wasn't anybody like, oh my gosh, I think, you know what I'm saying? They just didn't seem like they were aware of the situation, that it was like a lot bigger than their house getting trashed. I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
Right? And like, did you guys see any reporters anywhere?
yeah,
Like,
nothing.
that 17 kids just fucking vanish
Right.
all at once, and nobody kidnapped them, nobody took them. These kids just ran out their house at 2:17 in the morning, and nobody knows what happened to them. I didn't see any reporters, like even when she was walking out of the school from their meeting. Like, how are they in this day and age? How was you able to do that?
Right.
How
Yeah.
was you able to do that?
Well, they talked
And
about
that
it on the
made
news,
national
right?
news.
Yeah, but there wasn't. Definitely should have been at least one reporter at the
Mhm.
actual like meeting. For
Yeah,
sure.
in the beginning, she was trying to say, the narrator was trying to say that they weren't really talking about it or investigating that much because they were embarrassed.
Yeah, they couldn't solve it, so they covered it up. I mean, it would be pretty hard to cover up, but it
Yeah.
also, like, if there was a video of those kids jumping through the house, you'd be like, "Oh, that's fake." Like,
Right.
nobody would believe it, you know?
Right. And then the thing is, how do you cover up something like that that's not isolated, as far as it's not isolated to one house, right? It's
Yeah.
17
Yeah.
families that were affected by this. And you only had one father, Archer, who was going hard.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't
Thank
make
you.
sense to me.
And who was the girl narrator even telling the story? Like,
Right.
there's somebody at the school, like some girl at the school. Like,
Exactly. So now we really can't believe this story.
Yeah.
Right?
And as also the kids running toward the tower that he figured out, you would think a detective, that would have been one of the first things, putting the footage
Yeah.
together, saying which direction did they go. you know?
Right. Yeah.
But there were a few little things, but
Mhm.
it wasn't
But
too bad.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad enough to be
Wasn't
like,
too
oh
bad.
my gosh.
The humor did, like you were saying, the humor did kind of ramp up there at the end a little bit, but it was almost a mixture. Like, okay, they're ripping her apart, but there's going to be some funny lines.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
they mixed it up.
Gosh, they tore her up.
Nick
You
says,
know, I thought
finally, we're asking the questions I was asking.
it only needed an
trying.
hour-long tangent.
We
to
got
get
it
there.
Yeah.
track, but we're getting there. Getting there.
I thought that it was kind of sad what happened to Alex's parents. You know, like
Yeah.
the narrator said that, you know, they're still eating soup, but somebody else is feeding them and he lives with another aunt. I'm like, sheesh, you know, I guess they never came back from that. And then we did hear that some of the kids started talking again, but it took them like a year. But
Yeah.
I'm like, sheesh.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't a
that's
happy ending at all,
No,
really.
what's
Uh-oh,
it?
no.
uh-oh, Vic went back down. We went back down a couple decimal points.
Oh
Damn
shit.
it, we're going in the wrong direction. We're going in the
Quick,
wrong
say
direction.
something. Get that number up.
Right? What we I don't know. I don't know what to
I
say.
love
I don't know
Texas.
what to say. There you go. That's right. That's right.
Man.
Miguel says, "Who knew Thanos' snap was him snapping a branch?"
Oh,
Yeah.
dang, he cracked the code.
Right?
No,
Yeah,
he
I
did.
did feel sorry for the teacher when the teacher had to shoot the dude.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, 'cause she definitely did care about him,
Mm-hmm.
sure. And even if she didn't, like, that's just like a hard
Yeah,
thing
to have to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
He
even know if
turned
I could.
he turned out to be kind of a slime ball though. Like when we saw
Yeah.
his perspective of things, I
Mhm.
was like, I don't think I like you. You know, like
No, not at all.
yeah, he's lying.
I
He's
said the
over there.
same thing.
Yeah, he's over there lying to Justine, saying he's not dealing with the chick. What was her name? Donna. I'm not dealing with her
Justine,
anymore. Meanwhile,
yeah.
she's over here trying to have a baby by this guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what?
And her dad is his boss. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
No.
think anybody was really sad
not at all.
of his fate.
Not at all.
I told you. I was like, yeah, when he got those needles in the face, I was like, that is so deserving. I was just like, yes. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
right
right.
from that
What's
first phone call he has with his wife, and it's like he's so sick of hearing from her. It's like she didn't say anything that like crazy. She was just like, "Oh, tell my dad we're gonna have dinner with them, and also we should have sex at this time because we want to have a baby." And I'm like, all
Ovulating.
that sounds like all that sounds good to me. Like if I was if, I was married to her, you know what I mean? Like,
Right?
what is his
Like-
problem?
The wifey ain't seemed that bad. She ain't
No.
seemed
Oh
that
my
bad. But
god.
she was
And-
ready. She was ready to fuck that bitch up.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she went
So-
hard.
That's crazy because all along I'm thinking, who is this coming behind her? One of the parents is coming to, get her.
Yeah, parent.
That was a
That was
whole
great
nother
scene.
chick.
Yeah, I love the blocking in that scene where the camera like keeps turning 90 degrees and you're like,
Yeah.
who's that behind her? Like that was such a great little directing trick there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and
Because
then-
I think my favorite part was when she got in the car. Yes, while she was asleep.
oh
That was
yeah,
the
Oh
only
yeah.
scene I was
yeah.
actually
That's a good one.
scared.
Yeah, that
with
was
the scissors out. But see, like she
Oh.
easily could have just killed her herself right then if she wanted
Mhm.
to. But it's because she's that representative of evil. She needs to get somebody else to do things on her behalf. The
Uh-huh.
most she can do is chop somebody's hair off.
yeah. Wow.
Like that's just you're so vulnerable when you're asleep. Like that is just such a scary thing. Like that she was able to get that close and bitch she didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Like oh my that
She
that is
really
so
should not have been
crazy.
staking out the place with the
No,
most obvious
no.
car
Not at
ever.
all.
This witch on the side.
No.
And then sleeping comfortably. Like, are you stupid?
The door's
Yeah.
unlocked.
Soundly.
The door's unlocked.
Yeah,
Like,
with
I'll-
doors unlocked as well.
Yeah,
So many
you don't do
layers.
that in New
Gosh.
York. Yeah, you don't leave your
Not
doors
in New
unlocked.
York. Absolutely not.
Nope. Mm-mm. Not
I-
at all.
I love those moments when like the door opens and it just lingers for a bit before somebody comes
Oh,
out of it. Like
yeah.
those are so great. Like just the mystery of an open door.
Mhm.
is
And it's so
defi-
pitch black. Oh my gosh.
yeah, the lighting was perfect and the mystery of it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
there's-
even the way she was walking, like you could see it was like this forced walk that
Yep.
Yeah.
kind of like the way she was so stiff when she was walking because
Yeah.
it's like oh my like oh that
made me laugh.
goosey bumpies.
Yeah, that was good. That was better than the run. The run was the Superman run. Come on now, that was so stupid. The what was his? I'm sorry. I was gonna say his name. The print. I don't remember his name. The principal.
is his
The way
name
he
in the
was
show.
running was hilarious. And then we saw the kids
Yep.
all running like that. I'm like, this is such a stupid way to run. Like that's how I used to run when I used to play Superman when I was a kid.
Yep. It's
Right?
anime
That's an
run,
airplane
Naruto
game.
run.
Okay.
Airplane game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. That's what they would say. What was it called? The
Naruto.
oh, Naruto. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a reference to that necessarily. I think it's just kind of like supposed to be childlike, whimsical.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right. Yeah.
they're playing almost, but they're hyper focused on something in the
Mhm.
distance.
Mhm.
Is that what you guys got from it? Like just some running that like that?
I think it's another thing open to interpretation a little bit. I think it made for a creepy trailer, you know, as far as the
Definitely.
marketing aspect, it really added, if anything.
It's like
Yeah,
an
when
A
they
pose
had
in video games. You guys
when they
like
had the
T posing?
principal do it was not good.
Yeah.
He
No,
was out though. For a big man, he was running fast. He was
Yeah.
out. He was like,
Oh
I gotta
yeah.
go kill this bitch. I gotta go kill her. I gotta go kill her. He was out. And when he
Most
got hit by
exercise you got in years.
that car hit was like
Yeah,
brutal.
that was
Oof.
You
crazy.
felt that in your bones. Like you were just like, oh, my hip. Oh,
Yeah.
my hip.
I'm almost surprised he
No.
didn't get hit like that sooner though, because he was running across roads the whole time.
Yeah.
He was zeroed in like a missile.
Pretty much. Miguel says Alex wanted that clown bitch dead since his parents stabbed themselves with the fork. You've seen it in his eyes.
Yeah, you did.
Can you blame him?
Yeah. PM says, poor Alex, he was so sweet. The part where the witch is in the bed instead of the child, so scary.
Yeah, that was a sad part for sure.
Or like when she was looking in the window and made that noise, and instead of running away, she stays there.
It's really ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah.
was just
Yeah, when she's looking through the newspapers and whatnot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, like unlock doors. What a dummy. Who does that? Who
Yeah.
does that? Like
Yeah.
Couldn't
And
be
why are
me.
you-
What's the
door to lock your
To be
door on your
fair.
house, but you don't lock the door in your friggin' car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially drinking.
Yeah, and then her and Thanos. I mean, I'm glad she was with him, but I'm not going into a house. I see the cop car, you know, and then I'm going inside. Why? The door is unlocked. We're just gonna go inside, and the house is dark and creepy. And I'm like, hello, hello. Like you're just asking for it at this point. Like,
When the cop was like waving at her in the most unnatural way possible.
yeah, like.
I'm not too sure, Vic. They never really said why they were running like that. I
Yeah,
don't know if it was the control that maybe they were like it was just this kind of run.
yeah,
I think it's
Like
to make
they
it
were-
inhuman,
yeah.
but
Like they
still
were baby
childlike.
airplanes.
Yeah, little airplanes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I used to like if I used to play like I was doing being an airplane or Superman, you know, that was my stance or that was my posture.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there's the classic like you know,
Mhm.
running in circles. I'm an airplane, I'm a bird.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes.
You know,
Sammy
if
says
you could
something
go
like
kind of
that.
deep, you could go deep and
Go
say
deep,
it's because
Go
of
deep,
the they're all being puppeteered,
Mhm.
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
little marionette dolls.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I could definitely
Yeah.
see that. Like there's strings holding them up.
right.
That's probably it, right? That's gotta
Yeah.
be
That's
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
Look at you, James.
Yup,
Getting
Yeah,
the
yup.
conversation
uh,
all deep. Getting
Yeah.
all deep with it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
has to be
right.
like that. It has to be like that, which is the reason why Archer was able to recognize that run from the principal because he's like on the webcam. Why do I keep saying webcam? Oh my gosh, the door cam. He saw
Same thing,
his
same
son.
thing.
Yeah, he saw his son running just like that. So I thought that was good that they used the principal to kind of like connect that dot for another character.
Yeah, it made so much sense because you just know that Archer was over and over and over. Like it was seared. He sees that when he closed his eyes. So of
Mhm.
course, when he sees the principal running like that, he would immediately think of that video.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
No, that was good writing to connect
Mhm.
everything. Let the characters figure it out in a way that makes sense. Because there
Yeah.
are some horror movies, even ones that I like, where it's like, How did they figure that out? That made no sense.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like the Evil Dead remake when he's like, "Oh yeah, I have to dig a grave and then like put my sister in it," and then like how does he figure all that stuff out? Like, it made
Right.
no
No.
I still
Yeah,
love
it
the
was
movie.
smart. I thought it was a smart script in those ways, because especially the way the chapters overlapped. They just
Yep.
overlapped really well.
Mhm.
And the way the timing, like this one first, then this one, then this one, and by the
Yeah.
time you got to the kid, you're like, okay, let's wrap this story up and figure this out.
Mhm.
Yeah, let us be the
You have to
detectives
give
a
it to
little
that
bit.
little boy though. He held shit down. He was brave to be able to like run and think in that moment to try to use the spell
Yeah,
while like his parents are barreling down after him, and
Yeah.
hell
Not gonna
yeah,
lie,
it
he's
took it
stronger
took a
person
lot
than
for
me.
that little boy to
yeah,
do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
right?
would have
Can any
folded
of us
under
say
those
that we would have
circumstances.
thought of that?
Right.
No
And,
way.
and just his demeanor when he took all the name tags and she came in there and said, "Hey, if you need to talk, I'm here, whatever." And he's like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the moment where he could have actually shared everything, but if he did in that moment, like, what would the teacher have done? Like, okay, this
Yeah.
kid's clearly nuts. Like, but she probably would have called like CPS or something, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that would have changed the whole film for sure.
Yeah. And then, but you see, when the cop came, Paul, that's when Aunt Gladys was like, "All right, pack your stuff. We're leaving tomorrow." Because like too many people are finding out about me at this point.
Yeah,
So we're leaving.
Yeah, can't cover it up anymore.
Right.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
so yeah, it seems like Gladys the witch bounces from family to family,
Mhm.
pulling their energy through the decades or whatever.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's a weird request, right? To, I want to come to my niece's house now after I haven't seen you over 15 years, and I didn't come to the wedding. Weird
Yeah,
request.
Right?
yeah, I
To
can't.
like die. You have to like hospice take care of me. I
Yeah.
don't know you, but sure, come on in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's
We'll
preying on their
handle
good
that.
nature, right? Because they're like, yeah, we want to help people, right? We don't want to leave somebody on the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why that's why she picked them, right? Because they're good
Right.
people who want to do good, and that's why she can take their energy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's well.
I mean, what did she expect? You took 17 kids. Like, did you
Mhm.
really think that nobody was ever gonna like
Yeah,
kind of find you?
Yeah.
You got newspapers on the windows, like, and the way you show up to the principal's office, like,
yeah.
look at the way you do. You really think you ain't gonna raise no eyebrows? Like,
Right.
weird lady. You see this lady who just walked into my office? Something ain't right with her. Something ain't
Yeah,
right with
Mhm.
her.
yeah,
I think we need to further investigate this situation.
yeah.
And she thought she was so cute by bringing the father there, talking about he had a stroke and all that. So why is he there?
Right? But I
Yeah, the
think it's
police didn't
actually
think like, oh, there's something weird here.
right.
Right.
But
Like,
I loved the way they portrayed her. I loved how she was like almost disheveled, like with the
mhm.
really like out like lined lipstick, the pale kind of makeup, and like
She
just
was
her
crazy.
costume design.
Yeah, she was
I thought she did great. I thought they did great with Gladys.
Yeah,
very
for
Like
sure.
creepy looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think her overall plan, it just got out of hand and she wasn't getting the energy she needed or whatever that she thought she would. But, with the kids and everything, if things hadn't went awry, with just another, I don't know, however long it may have taken, a couple months or something, she could have got the energy to skedaddle on to the next place or something.
Mhm.
yeah.
oh,
You just need
look at
time.
Vic dropping the mind bomb. Maybe it's not really a lady or even a human.
Ooh.
It's an alien,
Mm.
like
Weapons
Bill,
too.
Bill,
Weapons
yeah.
too. It came from
said
space.
maybe it's Maybelline.
It was definitely that.
Maybelline gone wrong because that makeup was horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
It was, but it was so fitting for the character.
It really
Like,
was.
Definitely.
I
And then
couldn't have seen her any other way.
remember when James, the crackhead, saw her in the woods when he was trying to run from Paul? She's just showing up like dirt. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is she doing in the woods?
Yeah, and that's what made that scene so great once it played out, because he got in the tent like, stay away from me, lady. And
Right.
it was the cop that came and got the
Oh,
needles
yeah.
in the face. So the way all that played out was funny but scary, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
He's like,
Yeah,
"Are
that
you
was
gonna take
perfect.
the reward from me?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take that reward? Do I still get the reward? Can you just drop me off cash?
Yes, then you'll
He's
get
like,
your
I'll
you'll get
I'll
your
take that.
reward,
I'll take
your
that in cash
eternal
bills,
reward, like
please."
from the Aladdin. Remember that one? Your eternal reward. He got his
Oh my
eternal
gosh.
reward when he went into that house.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah, so somebody did
Right?
the Drake meme where he's got his hand out and it's like, him and James in the house with all the kids. He's like, nah. And then it's like, oh yeah, with the reward, $50,000. Yeah, I'll take that.
Right? That could buy me a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
That
Right.
could buy me a lot of drugs.
Because he
He
wasn't
was
even
all
thinking
upset.
about those
"Aw,
kids. That's
I'll
so
get the
sad.
reward. I'll get the reward."
He
He
wasn't
was
thinking
so
about those
bummed.
kids at all until he saw that reward for the money. That's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Crackhead.
Samuel in the chat has and this is a good point, but it's a extra theory, and it adds to the aliens thing, or however you want to look at it. That lady was just a host for something larger, like or something like a parasite, because that was mentioned several times in the film, and it was.
It was, yeah.
The
So
cordyceps, you saw that, right? The fucking last
yeah.
of us goddamn
So
cordyceps.
could it be
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
cordyceps.
Yeah, like Samuel says, she's just another weapon as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I know, Miss K, you said that you have been diving into The Last of Us, and
Yes.
I apologize to you for what you have to endure come season 2. Have you
No,
gotten
I
to
I
season 2
finished
yet?
it. I finished it. Yeah.
May
And
I ask your thoughts?
okay, so from when you told me that it was crazy and you guys went nuts, so that kind of put me on alert. So I was expecting something bad to happen to Joel in particular.
Mhm.
But not in episode 2. So I was very surprised about that. The whole thing with the vengeance tour, I called it a vengeance tour. I was upset that Abby did not get got. And I honestly am very annoyed at Ellie, to be honest. Ellie gets on my nerves, guys. I like
Oh,
her.
she got on our nerves. She
Yeah,
got on our nerves a lot.
I like her, but she gets on my nerves because she doesn't listen, and I can't stand characters like that, especially the kids. I from other people that follow me and other like my other channels where I do like crime genres, there's always a kid that thinks he knows so much and he causes so much problems because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to learn. And I hate that. And I feel like that's how Ellie is. She's very impulsive. She does have the mind to think, but she really doesn't know that much. And she gets people killed for it.
Yep.
So,
Yes. Yeah, we went down many rants.
yeah.
Some of the episodes got zeros from us. That's how
Yeah.
upset we were with some stuff. And I was telling Scarlett, I was like, "Oh, I feel so bad for Miss K. She's watching Last of Us now." I was like, I tried to be. I was like, "I'm so sorry." I apologized. I
It's
was like, "I'm
okay.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. You have to watch
Yeah.
that right now."
Yeah. I was on high. I was on alert already. I was like, oh, damn it. Something's going to happen to Joel. I just automatically went to Joel. And it wasn't because of you. It was actually because I was watching a reactor and I was watching him react to freaking The Walking Dead, and he brings up The Last of Us and he says something about Joel, and I said, oh my gosh, did he just spoil it for me? He didn't necessarily say he died, but he said something. I said, oh gosh. He said they did that man like they did Joel on The Last of Us. I said, oh my freaking gosh, I can't steer clear. Like
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
hard
the
one.
game came out in 2020, so people have been talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hard
that
to
is
avoid
one
it.
part of the game that they actually stood true to.
Yep.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, so he
Last of
did
Us
die in the
was
game?
hard.
It was
Yeah.
pretty much the same way.
He
And
died in the
right at
Yeah.
the
game.
beginning of
Okay.
the second one.
The game had the same people loved the first game, hated the second game. People loved the first season of The Last of Us, hated the second season. And
Mm,
it's like I tried because Scarlett and James didn't like they I think James knew more about the video game than Scarlett did because he watched some stuff on it. But I was
yeah.
trying to say I was like just get like peep this second season is going to piss everybody off because if they
Yeah.
don't change the stuff and you had the director come out or the guy who made the game saying, "Oh yes, and I got to put all these things that I wasn't able to put in the video game." People were like, "So you're just telling us you got to give us more shit
Mhm.
like that you did the from the shit that you gave us in the video game and you just got to give us extended shit in the TV series?" It
Yeah.
it was like I knew it was going to be its downfall. I was just like when they didn't change it,
Yeah.
uh I was just like, "Oh, here we go.
Well, now
Here
they're
we
saying
go."
that there's a whole thing where now well, it's looking like we're going to be looking at things through Abby's lens. I don't care about her.
Yeah, the whole next season is probably gonna be Abby.
If
That's
they get a
crazy. Like
next
that's
season.
crazy.
Well,
I
in the
don't know if
video
we're gonna
game, you
get
switch
next
to her
season.
perspective, and then like you're part of the way through it, and you look at like how there's a bunch of stuff as her to unlock, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be playing as her for like 10 hours, aren't I?
Oh
Like,
Lord.
no.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
pissed people off.
Why would
They were
somebody?
not happy.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't get it. Oh
Well,
my.
Well,
I think I
because
know
it
where
was
it
about
came
the
from.
cycle of violence and who ends it, and again,
Mhm.
the message. The
Yeah, the message.
message.
Yep, yep. Yeah. Well, what I
That
think what started it was like the guy who made The Last of Us, when he made the first video game, he said the thing that stood out to him was there's the part in the game and the show where Joel is kind of like out of commission, and then Ellie's goes up against like the cannibal people and whatnot, and she has to like in that part of the game you play as Ellie, and that was like his initial idea for the game came from that whole point where we're like, what if you play as the game as the protector and then you play as the kid in this one part? That was the
Hmm,
whole impetus for the whole story, was that
yeah.
moment. And I think
Mhm.
he was like, well, let me do the same thing in the sequel, but even longer, where you play as the person you really don't want to play as,
Wow.
and then we
That,
get to see her perspective, and and I could see where he came up with that, but it was
yeah.
just asking for trouble.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't want to live too long in the other person's perspective. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get it. I like to try to view things in an unbiased way, but I mean, in this apocalyptic world, it's kind of hard because I don't think that okay, Abby should have been upset about her father being deleted, absolutely, but to torture him, if you're gonna
Hmm.
get back, get back. But why did you have to torture him? Your father was deleted instantly. He didn't suffer at all, you
Yeah.
know. So why did you have to do that? That's the part where I'm just like I can't get with what she did, and I don't know.
Yeah, the
It's
sadism makes it hard, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, just
it's
the
just it's
brutality of it.
yeah,
I
and it's
mean, I guess the only thing you could even try to answer that with, which I agree it doesn't really, but is because he killed everybody, not
yeah,
just her dad, her
right.
friends, and just everybody.
It
And she
seems
probably
like
she
to
probably
me,
didn't know the manner in which her dad died, right? Like she didn't know that it was quick, right?
yeah. I feel
But he
like
wasn't tortured. She probably should have at least
Yeah,
known
she could
that.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, right. And I feel like, she's tried to say, oh, she was so upset about, oh, he killed everybody there and all this stuff. But then to come to find out that you're really on this, revenge tour. Well, I'm calling Ellie's the revenge tour because she had like 5 people on her list. You really want to go after Joel because that was your father. That was the main person, but you're acting like all these other people is you cared so much about that. I feel like if her father was still alive, she wouldn't have been after Joel like that. That's just how I'm looking at it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
And do
and
you
well, what Joel was doing wasn't revenge; it was to prevent, the death of Ellie, right? So
yeah.
there was a reason behind it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I was gonna ask you guys, do you guys feel like he was wrong? I mean, I don't see that he was wrong.
No, I don't. I think the it's a false dichotomy when they're like, oh, when you take it for granted that this vaccine was going to work. I don't think that is a given. You
Mm-hmm.
the fact
Right.
that you have somebody who is immune and your first move is, oh, we're gonna kill her right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
exactly.
was
Undo that.
Scarlett's gripe. That was Scarlett's gripe. She
Thank
was
you.
just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? You have this character who might be the only person on the face of the planet that happens to be immune, and you want to fucking hack how to take her brain out. She
Yeah,
like,
that makes
how
no
do you even do
sense.
that?
And
And you fuck something up, and
Thank
that's
you.
it. Goodbye.
Right.
She
Like,
hated that.
even if
I
it
think that's
worked,
what I mentioned. I'm like, you guys didn't even try to run tests. Like, you're just
yep.
over here, you're just gonna kill her. Like, and what happens if it doesn't work? It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. And like even if it did work and they made a vaccine, this group is so like depleted at this point that how are they going to mass produce it? How are they going to distribute it? How are they going to last even another week in this war? And how do we know that the bad guys who are the totalitarians aren't going to roll up, take the vaccine for themselves and use it as essentially a weapon to keep people under their boot? And
Yeah.
so when you play it out, I don't think it really makes sense, and also like just the morality of it to me is they're about to murder a child.
Yes.
It's one thing to say like, hey, if you let us do this, you have the potential to save more lives, and if Ellie agreed to that, like,
Thank
and I think
you.
she would because of
Hmm.
what she said on the porch at the end of the game and in the
Right.
show too. I think she would have done it, and also like if she did agree to that, that is like one of the most noble things you can do. Like, oh, I
Hmm.
sacrifice myself for the sake of other people. But when
Yeah.
you force somebody to do that, it takes
Mhm.
all the more like it's totally wrong in my opinion. So
Exactly. And that's what I was saying. Like, Abby, of course you're upset, but your father was willingly about to kill a child.
yep.
He was playing a major part in this. So it's kind of like you're making it seem like your dad was this innocent man.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Joel is looking at this little girl like this is his daughter at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
He's
goes back to belief,
down, huh?
It goes back to belief. I think Abby just believed, excuse me, her side. She
Mhm.
had a different kind of way of looking at it
And
or
the doctor
whatever.
believed he had to do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Joel
yeah,
believed
yeah.
that,
They,
like,
the,
yeah.
what were they called? Fireflies or something?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had that. But,
She's not
but
qualified
then,
either.
but then what breaks that is, I think in the second season, they think the girl's a myth. Like, it's almost like the soldiers didn't
Mm,
even know that was happening, right?
wow.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm.
I
So,
didn't see the show, but I only know the video game.
oh, okay.
That was true in the video game too. It was like kind of a myth.
Yeah,
The
because the
only
only the
thing,
only
like,
part that showed me that they thought it was a myth was when she was gonna kill that girl Nora, and she said, "You're
yeah.
real." Yeah,
Yeah, like you're real. But I
yeah.
have to say, the one thing I did enjoy about The Last of Us, regardless of even the story, I love the concept of their zombies. That they
Yeah,
Mhm.
took something that actually
actually is
is
real.
real,
Yeah, yeah.
that is something that exists in our actual like mythos and life, and it's something that really goes on. And I thought that
That's
was such a
scary.
different
Yeah.
take on zombies. Like they weren't just the rose from the grave, like those type of zombies. They weren't the Dawn of the
Mhm.
Dead zombies or even the
Yeah,
Walking Dead zombies, or like they were that. I thought that was so interesting.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I loved when they did the scene with the doctor lady in India. I think they were in India, and
Oh yeah,
he's like, "Well, you're gonna make me a vaccine, right? Like, what do we do?" And the chick's like,
Yeah.
bomb the
"Bomb
city.
the shit
Yeah.
out of
Said
everything." Yep, yep.
Yeah, I
Blow
forgot
it up.
where that was. That was like a Asian country or something like that. I forgot where it was. Jeez.
Blow that bitch out the water. You can't do nothing about that.
Yeah,
That is such a
she
scary fucking
said bum.
concept.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
I was
scary.
like, oh my gosh. And then you kind of saw in the other episodes and throughout the story, um, they were showing you a lot of places where they did bomb. That's exactly what they did.
Mhm.
So sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, good night, Miss PM. Thank you for coming and hanging out, having some fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of
Have
that,
a
I think
good
I'm gonna dip
night.
out too because I gotta work in the morning. But always a great
Yeah, well,
stream, great discussion.
we've been going for like 2.5 hours. I'm probably gonna get ready to close it out here anyway. But
Oh, okay.
before we do go, I just want to say thank you guys for coming on and hanging out. And I know I'm new to all this. It was really weird still not hearing Scarlett's voice, so I'm still
Oh,
Yeah.
really it's really
You did
weird
great.
You
about
did good.
that.
Really
Yeah.
good.
You did
yes.
good.
But Brian, what do you have coming up? What are you doing?
No,
Hit us
nothing
with some
much on the
plugs.
channel at the moment. I'm still trying to figure out what my next thing is. I'm considering reviewing Alien Earth, but
I
yeah,
think I might do that show also. So
yeah,
maybe we can do a live thing.
I'd love to. I'd love to. I watched the first 2 episodes and really cinematic and some
Very
interesting.
cinematic. That's what grabbed me more than the
Yeah.
story even. It's
Oh
like a
yeah.
movie, man. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's amazing production quality. So that
And
really
what is
sounds
that? FX?
good.
Or
FX, yep.
damn, that
On-
shit. They got a budget.
Yeah, I mean that's Disney, man. They got the money for it. I'm glad that they actually spent it on
Cool.
good things this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So yeah, I'll holler at you about that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be down for sure.
Awesome, man.
Awesome. And what about you, Miss K? What you have going on? What you doing?
I'm just reacting still I'm not I'm done. I've recorded everything, but I just have to put out I think episode 6 of The Last of Us for season 1. So I'm still trying to get that out. And I just recorded Mo Better Blues, Spike Lee. So I'm editing that. And me and my daughter are reacting to Wednesday. So we're up to episode 3. So
Nice.
trying to get those out.
Nice.
Lot of
Busy,
editing.
busy. Lots of content.
Yeah.
Nice. And what
Cool.
about you, Mr. James? What you got
Cool.
going
You're
on?
incorporating your daughter in that.
Yeah.
I just the same old on mine. You know, I just put out stuff all the time. So doing some live streams though, including the community, trying to grow it bigger, and just join the Discords, join the YouTubes, keep in touch, know the schedule, and you guys can go along for the ride.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Everybody's links are down in the description below. So feel free to follow them, join the Discords, give them a sub, all that good stuff. And I know we're going to be doing tomorrow night. We have All of Us Are Dead. The next 2 episodes we're going to be watching tomorrow night. We'll be in the Discord and streaming live like we've been doing for the past few weeks. We're down, I think we're up to episodes 9 and 10. Right, we're at the climax. We're getting there. And then we have Friday Night Fever with Scarlett. We're going to be doing some games, hanging out, doing some stuff. And then Saturday night we have the live stream with you, James.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't ask me what's going on next week because I can't think that far ahead.
Mhm.
But as of now, jump into the Discords. I'm constantly putting up the schedule and stuff. I didn't put that up this week because I was busy making my first intro, so I forgot to do it. I will get to it. But thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. Great movie, and I can't wait to have some more streams with you guys. So
Absolutely.
thank you
Same
guys
here.
so much for
Yeah.
joining us.
Yep.
And
Very
we will
nice
keep
meeting
in
you.
touch.
You too.
Good to see you again.
Yes.
And
Nice.
until next time, guys, thank you so much, and we'll catch you tomorrow for All of Us Are Dead. Bye.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Rewatching. 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 shadows are calling. Frost in my breath as the night ignites. Ice in my veins but my fire is burning. I ride the storm under silver lights. Witches brew, the night won't break us. Snow can't hide the path we take. Hear the howl, the storm can shake us, but we stand strong, we will not quake. Frozen skies and the moonlight's whisper. Magic flows through the winter air. Every step leaves a mark in the blizzard. Every spell sparks a brilliant flare. Witches brew, the night won't break us. Snow can't hide the path we take. Hear the howl, the storm can shake us, but we stand strong, we will not quake. Ice and amber, we'll remember. Cold forever, stand as one, we fall as never.